I have a better one, so.
Perfect timing, Karl. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the last night of Things Are Getting Sketchy for the third season. We are going to be doing the last Ronin for this season. We've got a full house of artists with us tonight, starting with Mike Rooth. Yeah. And Mike, did you actually say something or you just gave us fingers?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. No,
Do we have audio?
Yeah, no one can hear Mike all of a sudden. So we'll be checking into that. We have Karl. So, Karl? Karl, god damn it, don't wait. You just heard me say fuck. You guys are killing me tonight.
Sorry.
Already. And Jason Flowers is with us.
Hi.
Yeah, okay, good. I said, don't pull that same shit that everyone else is pulling.
I know, I was like, oh, my bad.
And all the way from Australia again, we got Camillo. What's happening, Camillo?
Hey, everybody.
All right. And last but not least, we got Dan Lansdown coming in from Tampa. What's happening,
guys?
All right. So, Mike, say something, man. Yeah, we're getting no audio coming in, bud. Let me check on that real quick.
The mic's pretty chatty.
Yeah, I know, and everything was going great just right before we started. Oh yeah, I forgot. I had to mute him when he was doing his little scratchy stuff. My bad. So I'm the asshole here.
It's a show where people make art. He just doesn't want to hear it being made.
Yeah. So I'm the asshole here. My apologies.
Coming through okay now?
Yeah. It was all on me.
Okay.
Yeah, that was totally my fault.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So Nathan Duncan saying we're having sound issues. What is besides not hearing Mike? Are we having other sound issues? Okay, yeah, it's just the mic thing. Thanks. Okay, I know I ask this almost every week, and I apologize for it. But of the B Macintosh, what's the B stand for again? I think Mike, you might know this one, right?
Brandon McIntosh.
Excellent.
And he's a good dude. And you know what? Actually, speaking of Brandon, I was going to show this off last week. But I'm just finishing up the pencils on Dodge. So I got my page count all sorted, and we're inking stuff up. And Brandon did this killer fucking Dodge pinup for the book. It's a massive 11 by 17 close-up headshot of Dodge in werebear form. Yeah, man, the guy just fucking killed it. It's awesome. I might see if Danny Harrell wants to throw some colors on this down the road, but I'm getting a good scan of it and stuff. But yeah, man, Brandon just killed this thing. So we might only have one. We only have one room for one pinup in issue 4 of Dodge because we've already we've got a big loaded up page count on this book. I kind of ran wild with some extra pages. Matt gave me some freedom to do a big fight scene, and I added a few pages to the story. So might have eaten up some pinup space, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, he killed it. So Brandon out there, thank you. And also, while I got him on the spot here, I might as well show this. Some of you might have seen that it was our anniversary yesterday. Erica and I. Thank you.
Yes, happy anniversary.
Thanks. Well, Brandon actually and his lady Marie, they sent us gifts, which was kind of crazy. Like Marie sent us this hand-drawn card we got, and Brandon did this hand-drawn drawing of Erica and I, kind of cartoon style drawing of Erica and I, which I thought was pretty rad. And the crazy thing, they crocheted peas in a pod, man. A Mike Rooth and Erica peas in the pod crochet thing.
Shift a little to the right, Mike. Shift a little to the right.
Oh, sorry, but
we can listen to the Erica one.
It's fucking awesome, man. So anyway, and this beautiful rose also came with it as well. So, you know, we don't usually buy ourselves anniversary gifts, you know, because we're always broke. So to get something like that show up in the mail was pretty crazy. So
That's
anyway,
very cool.
thank you guys. Really awesome. Love it. But yeah, that B is for Brandon. Brandon's a good dude.
Yeah, he answered as well. Thanks, Brandon. And I know, and I feel bad because I ask it almost every week. Because I'm like, shit, damn that YouTube and Twitch for not giving us full ID.
Yeah.
Usernames choke me up all the time. Or not choke me up, but get me spun up. All right. So, Mike, you're going to be drawing a Last Ronin on a Last Ronin cover, right?
Yes, I've been hanging on to this Last Ronin #1 white blank. It's in perfect shape. I know these things go for a fortune just blank, so I've been hanging on to this one for a long time since I had it. Basically, I did a whole bunch of commissions on these in the early days when Last Ronin came out, and I've been hanging on to this one for this special last episode. So it's gonna turn out okay. It's just a kind of a rough doodle that I'm building off of, but gonna add some cool background stuff and try to get it all done before the episode's over.
Mm-hmm. Turn out okay. That is what we strive for here.
That's the idea, anyway.
Yeah. We shoot for the middle every time.
Yeah, that's right.
Karl, what are you working on tonight?
All right.
Oh, there he is.
He's working on the Hush Puppies still.
Hush puppies, yeah.
I got it. No, it's really weird. Even if you're using a fork and not pick a stuff, you still get like that little kind of film on your hands when you're eating stuff. And then when you go to grab the brush, it's like, no, that will not do. So I thought I figured everybody was going to be drawing, Last Ronin. So I thought I'd focus on the latest version of Shredder.
Nice.
And I'll have a little bit of Last Ronin in here in the background.
Okay, so it's gonna look like one of those 70s portrait photos.
Kind of, yeah. The one we turn into memes,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The little kid with the little insane blonde kid trying to play guitar, and people just do those beautiful memes of that.
Shredder wearing a turtleneck.
This kid's in a plaid shirt, and the memes run the gamut from dad memes to whatever. There's some really creative people out there. And I broke out a brand new Sharf for this, so we will see how it does. It is currently untested.
Nice. Cracking a new brush on Ronin. Nice.
Okay. Yeah, for the uneducated, I was about to ask, what does that mean? But thanks for Mike filling in the blank. So sexy.
Yeah, Sharp he gets those 3000 fine line.
Ooh.
Is that one of the ones that you like bought in bulk, the sable brushes, or?
Yes.
Nice.
It's made in France, but it's the one that was made with Russian Kolinsky sable.
Oh, so Nathan Duncan's asking what a hush puppy is. Nathan, that is a piece of fried dough that tastes just like the shoe of the same name. That for some reason people in the South like.
Listen to him not. It's more like a piece of cornbread.
Yeah, I've had hush puppies once, and I thought it was fucking magical.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. Actually, I just thanks for killing my joke, guys. But that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
You're usually so disrespectful. I was taking you seriously. So there you go.
Brandon,
you just.
Oh, sorry. What?
No, I was just gonna say, man, your jokes are just too ahead of us. They're just like way. You're just ahead of your time, man. You're just like you're operating a few seconds before we are. So we're just not fast enough, man.
You're operating like the future. So
That's right. Coming at us live from Tokyo tomorrow, which is now.
Yeah, I'm in Australian time zone for my jokes. I get it. Yeah. 12 hours from now, you guys are gonna wake up going, "Oh shit, that was so funny."
Last week I had so much fun drawing the Terminator Kermit.
Oh, dude, you killed that.
I wanted to do the metallic thing again when I saw what the new version of Shredder looks like.
Awesome, Jason. What are you gonna be working on tonight?
I'm gonna be honest. So I totally forgot we were doing this. I was out with my wife shopping, and then my alarm went off saying tags tonight at 7. I was like, oh shit! Like I forgot. So
In there.
First,
I was gonna start something, but I happened to find this piece that I guess I started at some point a couple of years ago, or so we're gonna just do that. So I'm gonna add the three brothers at the bottom, and then he's got a bunch of arrows in him. So this was before any of the real storyline kind of came out. So, but
so you're telling us it's leftover night? Is that
it's leftovers?
Hey, leftovers are usually delicious though, so no problem with that.
Gordon Ramsay it though, you know.
Yeah. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, just give you a heads up too, Jason. Your phone is kind of going a little pixelated
downhill.
Yeah. So
Power wise?
No, pixelation. It's you know,
oh
yeah, and the CPU on it's getting stressed. I'm getting that signal, so that might be why it's sending lost packets. So I'll let you know, but yeah, it should sharpen up once you get more ink, maybe.
Okay.
Is it you think it's struggling to focus?
Yeah, because the phone CPU. Well, it's not struggling to focus; it's struggling to send the packets. So it's downgrading the video so it can send smaller packets. As I push up my glasses and feel like I've informed you about how videos work. Yeah,
you need to make a snort when it. Yeah, and my magic user is a 10th level chaotic neutral.
Well, actually, if we're talking about videos, that would be more sci-fi, not fantasy. All right, Camillo, what do you got going on there?
Dude, all this shit's fucking magic to me.
This is actually a unused concept for a Last Ronin cover.
Hey, leftover night, great.
Oh,
we are
doing
it. See, yeah, perfect.
This never got to happen, so I thought I'd finish it off tonight.
So, are you doing a Last Ronin kind of like in a almost Nickelodeon cartoon style?
No. He's gonna be in the middle of a snowy Japan.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And Dan, what you got going on tonight, bud?
I've got a Ronin as on the issue 5 Eastman Beasley
Oh shit.
cover.
Ooh, nice.
Sketch back. And I'm
the Bisley cover's got a sketch back?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that, man. I got one of those from Rob Denner. That's fucking awesome.
That is, yeah.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna stop hosting tonight, and because I need to drop money on that. Holy fuck! Oh, sorry. And what else you got? Oh,
the new design for the robot foot ninjas that was in issue 3 of the Last Ronin. Wanted to do something with that on the.
And you decided to do it on the worst cover ever.
Yeah, I didn't know that when
I love you for it, man.
Oh, they are the worst covers, those glossy ones, man. Holy moly.
Yeah, that did not work out the way it was supposed to.
Honestly, the nicest Last Ronin sketch I ever did. I had plotted the sketch out on paper, kind of like I'm doing like right here. And it was for a commission for a buddy of mine. He had sent me a book ages and ages ago. I knew it was one of the black ones, but I didn't actually know that it was one of the glossy ones. So the design that I had was really complex, and the linear drawing was really tight. And when it got down to doing it on that glossy, there was no way I could make even get it to like 70% of what I was hoping to get it at, because that surface is just so unforgiving for like high detail stuff, unless you're working, with a paintbrush and getting in there really tight. And man, I still pulled it off, but I was really like so disappointed because, the customer was still happy, so that was fine. But I just, how it is. It's like getting all the stuff to make a sandwich and then getting home and finding out you forgot to get bread. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, two things. One, I really appreciate you deviating from the fact that, you're talking about the Last Ronin glossy cover, but he actually did it on the sketchy black cover.
That's what he's doing? Oh,
yeah, which is also a garbage cover for drawing on, because they glossed that shit out of that. But Yeah. So I appreciate you trying to distract from that, but I gotta be. Second thing, check your camera connection. Your camera keeps blacking out.
Who's mine?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Like when
camera connection. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh,
yeah. Just make sure the cable isn't loose.
Yeah, sure. Hang on a second here.
Hey, Eric. Oh, hey, we got man. Took my eyes off the chat and it is blowing up. So let me catch up with things here.
Huh. You know what? I wonder if the black you're getting is my head getting in the way of the thing.
No, I went like full black screen.
Probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it seems to be okay. I'm the connections are all good.
Okay.
So
yeah, if it happens again, I'll let you know, and you can tell me if your head's in the way. But
yeah, sure.
A couple times it went full black. So
Oh,
Eric, what's happening? And
all right.
yeah. Oh, Rob tore himself away from Motor City long enough to pop in. What's happening, Rob?
Right on.
Nice. How is Motor City going?
I talked to him
It's on
earlier.
my list.
Kinda like, it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, he sent me a picture that he got to see Bisley again, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think that was mainly just a taunt Mike. Get Mike to cross the border next year.
Nah, he picked me up something awesome from Bisley's table. I'm freaking out about it. I can't wait to show you guys when I get it in hand, man.
And I would like to do a shout out to Rob. He was my lifeline on tonight's project. Because I was like, man, what do I draw? And he was the one that recommended, why don't you try doing the new shredder? So I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Good call, man.
So thank you, Rob.
Very good call.
All metal. I love it. I can do all these big, pretty brush strokes. It's pretty fun.
so Rob said he's home now. He skipped out a tad early. It was a good day, but he had to wait in line for 3.5 hours for Jason Isaac.
Whew.
That's rough.
That's a long line.
Yeah, David, I wouldn't even wait 3.5 hours for Jesus. Sorry, I'm replying to David said Jesus to Rob, so neither one. I can't think of anybody. No, that's not true. There's a couple people I'd wait 3.5 hours for. I'd be angry about it, but I'd still wait 3.5 hours for.
Especially when he rolls that big rock out of the way. And really fun stuff.
No, that's Sisyphus.
I'm all for the water to wine.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said I'm all for the water to wine trick.
Oh, true.
Like everyone's waiting in line. He's like, "You thirsty? Boom,
Boom, nailed
For
it.
you. What
And
do
then,
you want?
and then just
Got
really
it.
fuck them as they're pulling back the wine. You turn it back to water. Rob said you'd wait for the cast of BSG for old school BSG. Yeah, new school. Fuck that. Like maybe I bumped into him in the street. That's not true. Oh, and Eric says he needs his PS5 panel done with some TMNT. Do they actually? I wonder if they actually sell like skin that you can draw on and then peel and paste. I mean, it's got to be done somehow, right?
Are you talking about the
No, I-
Ed
I
Gaines
see what
approach, or
Well, like when you see like the wraps and skins that you can put on, the like vinyl that you can put on the back of computer laptops and consoles. But I wonder if they, without doing it as actually like a vinyl cutout, I wonder if there's something that a surface you could paint on and then peel and stick, or if it's all got to be like digitally printed.
I see a lot of people use like the paint pens
Mm-hmm.
on the actual console.
Oh, but that's drawing on the actual console, right?
Yeah. But nothing like sticker wise.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess in all those, most likely are going to be, die cut or digital print. Mike, man, you becoming a hippie? Look at that long hair.
I know, man. I'm super late for a haircut, man. God, it's ridiculous. I'm cheap though. I can't afford haircuts, so I'm holding on until it's about a week before my next Comic-Con, so I'll look fresh at the show. I can look like a dog until then because I'm not even leaving the house these days. So except to hike and whatever. But yeah, I'm sad need of a haircut, man. I feel like an animal. I used to be able to set a clock to my haircut. Now you know what I mean? Now it's like, oh my God, I'm like at least 3.5 weeks late probably. So intolerable.
Man. Yeah, I go every 3 weeks. And I tell you, that Thursday and Friday before I get there on Saturday, I feel like a hippie.
Oh yeah,
hair's touching my ear. I'm like, no.
Oh. It's amazing how much better you feel after a haircut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it can completely change your whole mood.
Oh man, absolutely.
Yeah, when I get them, I run around the house and run behind the couch and roll over on my belly and wag my tail. It's really great.
Yeah, my head's probably coming into the shot too often there.
At least it's what the hell is a haircut. It is a must every 3 weeks is what it is.
Yeah. I went something like 20 years without getting a haircut. I just shaved my own head and I just, then I grew my hair really long for about 5 or 6 years. And then I just got that first haircut and it had been like literally 15 or 20 years since I had been to a barber. And I was just like, man, this is living. Getting a haircut like a proper civilized fucking person. This is awesome. It was a game changer for me.
Yeah, those trips to the beautician can make all the difference.
Oh man, I'm telling you, that 5 minutes under the sink where you get the shampoo done. I almost have to be woken up after that.
Yeah, they don't get so fancy with me at my barbershop. It's all right. I go there. I try to go there clean, so I don't feel like, wash this fucking guy before we get started with the clippers here.
No, the hair washing comes after the cut, so that way you don't have the little bits running down your neck itching you for the rest of the day.
Oh, there's nothing left to cut when they're done with me.
Yeah, I was actually going back through past tags looking for something specific, but I saw some of the ones during the pandemic, 6 months after we started, and I saw my hair, and I'm like, good God.
Oh yeah.
But the rest of the world looked like that too, so I guess I'm okay. But yikes.
Yeah, I think I went something like 8 months without a haircut. It was insane by the time, and it was like roughly midsummer before I finally just said, okay, I can't take it anymore. And I went with my mask on and all that. And oh, what a difference it made. Cause I was getting into the hot summer and I got basically the contents of an entire sheep that grows on my head within about a month's time,
Mm-hmm.
It's brutal. So I get so hot. It's nuts.
Well, Duncan, is that a typo, Nathan? Because Nathan put my specialty is head massage, and then he followed up. I do both bedpans after rinse. Unless bedpans mean something different in Canada. Oh, okay, he did correct it. It was supposed to be before.
I love good bedpan after my haircut.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how relaxed you get, but I don't get that relaxed.
Oh, nice. Warm shaving cream, just let it all slide out.
Well, that's the other thing too. When you go to get my haircut, get the shave at the same time. Oh man, so good. Yeah, I feel like a crime boss, intimidating somebody, making them, give me the shave without slicing my throat.
Did you sit there with your serape on and your, and your single action, or do you?
No, it's full intimidation mode. They just know that, if they were to take me out, it would just be the end for them and their families and their family's family. Hey, it's my fantasy. I can do what I want.
My barbers are pretty good. It's two brothers and I think one of their cousins. So they're all almost like the Ninja Turtles. They're like interchangeable when it comes to who can cut my hair. I got a pretty standard Lieutenant Dan haircut, right? So it's it's nothing too out of the ordinary. But yeah, they're pretty good. But they're always very complimentary. They're always like, "Hey man, you've lost weight," and I always laugh and go, "You lying sons of bitches." But it's, they're very nice though. I always try to tip them well.
So do they wear colored bandanas so you can tell them apart?
No, but they do look very similar. They're all just three super fit, like Middle Eastern dudes, like just they just cut hair all day long. That's what they do. They got the news playing, they got the game on, they just stack some magazines and just a standard, like old school kind of barbershop.
Do they take the Bic lighter to your ear?
No, they don't do that. They might do that with some specialty haircuts, but they don't need that for mine. So
you don't have the hairy ears where they do that. Okay, I've seen that.
Oh no, I do. They tend to need like well, I mean, I tend to, I just handle that with a pair of pliers typically. It's
Yeah.
Get that Ryobi weed whacker.
Yeah, I just use total uproot strength to remove them because there's no trimming that. That's an endless war. That's like going to war against a hedgerow or something like that. It's it's
the first time I saw a barber do the lighter trick, I'm like, that's okay. Kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if I'd want that.
Yeah, I like some of those barber fire tricks. They got some pretty clever moves. All right.
These pauses while we're going, I have to think for a moment.
Yeah.
All right.
I blame all the long pauses on Rob because, had he been here, he'd be able to carry the TMNT conversation further. Hey, Thomas jumped in. Hey, Thomas. Art's looking great, guys.
Thanks, Thomas. Speaking of art, you should see what Thomas is making, man. Holy moly.
Baby. He sent it to me today. I'm like, oh, those are nice. I mean, not as nice as like the Pounder Atomic Mike, but those are really nice. But no, man, that is awesome.
It's incredible. And the other day he sent me one of he had put a motion capture on Colonel Swan. Mm-hmm. So there's this cool like animated thing where he's got like a revolver or like a pistol in his hand, and it's kind of a cool movement that he does. And man, he just sent me the whole lineup of the characters he's made, and it's super, super exciting. I showed him to Matt, and Matt lost his mind as I expected. He's like, I don't even know what to do with these. Like he's kind of gone crazy with that. But it's coming together. I'm still inking like crazy. I still have. I'm actually thinking about maybe asking for a little help on inking. I'm not 100% sure yet who I would ask or who's even available. Everyone's really busy, but I got some inking to do. And
hey, Karl.
What?
What's Rick looking like right now? Do you know?
Bother Rick.
Yeah. After the show, I'll do an intro email between you and Rick Bonilla.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool, man.
Yeah. Rick
I'm not sure what I'm doing just yet. There's some interesting stuff happening with Dodge. Like I don't want to say who's involved yet, but Matt got another creative team in to do like a little 10-page story that's kind of like a side story, which will probably not make it into the 4th issue. It'll probably be more like the graphic novel edition. But man, it's exciting stuff. And I didn't know we were going outside of our creative team circle, but the people he's picked are awesome. And the guy who's drawing the story has been a guest on this show. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, you're gonna need to drop that into WhatsApp because
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. I don't want to say it just yet because we may not announce it to the Kickstarter or whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. Yeah. But I have so much inking to do.
Yeah, but if you decide you want to go that route, let me know because Rick is a hell of an inker, and
I'm just not sure. I feel like anyone getting my pencils will want to just axe murder me. Like I don't think they'll actually want to.
I'll just state that Rick has inked over Karl. So,
oh yeah, but that would be like a dream.
My ass.
No, I'm just going. Oh, and he's also inked over Sergio Cariello, so he's inked over some crazy pencils. So I don't think there's anything you're going to give him that he's going to go, oh no, I can't do this. So
oh, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I've never really worked with an inker before, and I tend to work on printed out blue lines sometimes, so I'm not sure how that works, but I could probably send digital files that he could print out and ink on or something.
Yeah, that's how it. Yeah.
He'll probably ink them digitally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh well, that's even better. Maybe I wish I could get the fucking
guy.
I wish I could get the hang of inking digitally. I'm going to be inking it. Definitely going to be inking a few pages of Dodge digitally. There's a few that are just like, well, the reality is my eyes just ain't that good anymore to get in that kind of close and do that sort of detail. And I think, I think there's going to be a couple pages where I either blow them up really big and illustrate each panel kind of as a huge, detailed panel, because they'll reduce down really well. I'm not going to lose too much detail with that. But some of the things are just physically too small for me to actually ink. So it's going to be a challenge. So I may be doing some of that digitally. But I feel really weird doing that because I just can't get satisfied with the inks that I've been able to sort of play with on Procreate so far. But I don't know. I'll play around with it and see if I can come up with something.
Carol says she's going to have to add some Dodge original art to her collection.
Oh, sweet. Well, there'll be lots coming, Carol. It's going to be, this issue, I believe, is 27 pages of story. And 3 or 4 of those pages are spoken for because those pages are part of the Draw Me Into Dodge level we had for our last Kickstarter. So there's 3 people who are going to have original art coming to them that they've already paid for like a year ago when we did the Kickstarter. I can't believe it's already been over a year since we did the last Kickstarter. I'm a little bit ashamed, but it's just, you know what? It's a bigger book. It's been a little bit more intense to draw, and it's going to be worth it. It's I hope you all think it's worth the wait, because I do. The payoff I'm getting on this is a rare thing to experience for me after doing this kind of business for so long. I kind of got to a place where with each page that I drew, I actually felt like it was better than the last. And that was a feeling that kind of carried through towards the last 10 or 15 pages of this book. So I really feel like it finishes really strong. And yeah, I hope you guys will like it. It's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey. And I also found out today from a friend of mine that I am going to be having a cover for one of my favorite ongoing Image series. Not a retailer cover, an actual like a B cover or something like that.
Oh, nice.
For an Image book, and it's one of my favorite horror stories that's out right now, and I'm super excited about it. So I won't be for a little while before I can show anything off, or even before I even really know what I'm doing. But yeah, you guys will be among the first to know. Hopefully, when we come back after the summertime, I'll have lots of cool shit like that to show you guys.
Oh, we'll have already seen it on your Facebook page by then, I hope.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
Is it Philadelphia? Philadelphia?
No.
Okay.
I can't say what it is anyway, but it's definitely not that. I will definitely tell you that.
Karl, want to talk about axles? Let people know what's going on with that.
Let's see. What do we got? I'm kind of crushing my own balls on this stuff.
Oh, I love that page, by the way, when you sent that.
I was like, you
Whoa.
know, I'm
Pull,
gonna
pull
hurt
it back down
myself.
so Mike can see the face.
What the?
That is flipping beautiful.
Oh yeah, I've seen that page. Yep, that is killer, man. Woohoo!
This is our crew. This is their supervisor. And imagine that we cast Tim Curry as the character, but he's a demon, so that's what he is.
Nice.
So Tim Curry from Legend.
Like darkness. Tim Curry.
You know what? Tim Curry is just kind of Tim Curry. You know?
Well, you know, Tim Curry was a special kind of Tim Curry in Legend.
Yeah, but I mean, all of the above. Just you know, when Dan and I were wrestling with it, and we're like, how do you write this guy? And I just sat there and said, what if he's played by Tim Curry? And Dan's like, perfect. So and then I added like extra arms because I wanted all of these hands so he could be like a super Italian, you know, when he talks. And you can have all of these hands doing different things. This is kind of in the middle of, but I can do all sorts of fun stuff like this and this. You know.
Oh no.
So, yep. But it's going slow, but it's going. Wesley's catching up to me fast.
Very cool.
So,
Mike, what was the oh no for? Everything okay?
Oh, I just made a savage error, but yeah. Oh, I put ink where I didn't want ink to go. I had the cap off my pen as I was moving something out of the way, and I fucking striped my piece. But you know what?
Turn it into a scar. It's all good.
Yeah, find a way to make it fit, man.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
I was gonna watercolor the whole background though. That's the problem. I didn't want to have any ink back there. Son of a bitch. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. I'll figure
Put
it out.
a happy tree in it.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe there's something I can do. God damn it. I can't believe that. Well, I can work around it.
Sibo has confidence in you.
I can make do. It'll be okay.
All right. You gentlemen talk amongst yourself real quick. I need to refresh my drink. Be right back. Oh, and to distract, we'll put on puppy cam.
Yay.
Yeah. Perfect dog too, man. Great. I would call Stefan because my dogs are idiots. I know his last dog was perfect dog. Now I'm finding out that this dog is perfect dog dose. Like, man, fuck you. Oh, like I said, mine are stupid. You know, but what are you gonna do?
I promise you they're not as stupid as the dog next door, man, that I have to listen to all day long. You guys want to talk about horrible landlord experiences? Let me tell you about something.
Oh.
Our superintendent, like I used to be the superintendent here. I quit 5 years ago to draw the Dodge comic book, actually. And you know, things went sideways and whatever. Things were kind of tricky here. We had a violent criminal take over after me. We had a lot of turnover. We had a lot of stuff kind of just go really bad here at the building. Anyway, the current neighbors next door, they came in halfway through someone else's lease and they didn't even get vetted. They just came in. There was no approval process. There was none of the usual hoops that we make people jump through to live in this place. And they just got in on their own, whatever, their own merits and you know, their own whatever. I think basically lazy paperwork handling on the part of the office that runs this building. Anyway, these people came in. They're fucking terrible neighbors. Their dog's horrible. I think the dog might have some issues, but they yell at the dog all day long, and Erica and I have to listen to it all the time. On the other side of us, there's another dog that never shuts up. I'm sure it's a nice dog, but it barks by the window all day long at every single thing that happens. So it's just like a barking nonstop, it's just off. It's like someone pushing the same key on the synthesizer over and over again, like this, only it's a dog barking. So problem is the person who owns that dog is the building manager.
Oh.
So who do you call when you need to make a noise complaint and the person answering the phone who is also the person who owns the dog? So you want to talk about professionalism, you call building management to make a noise complaint, and they apologize for the noise, and then they take a little dig at you and say, well, hope you guys have a nice day. By the way, talk about paper thin walls. Man, I heard you and Mr. He was talking to my wife. This is the person talking to my wife. Says, I heard you and Mr. Rooth the other night, and it sounds like you guys were having a great time.
What?
Yeah. Now, who the fuck says that to somebody?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know this person. This isn't the person that I have, shared a drink with or shared a laugh with or anything. And they're going to make a comment, like personal dig like that when we're trying to call to make a fucking noise complaint, So this is where we live. This is what it's all about. This is what we deal with all the time. So we're very much on our own here. We don't have anyone that can kind of help us in this situation. So wish I could get out of here, but we're here for a little while yet until we can figure out a plan. But yeah, that's some next level sketchy shit.
Sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. We got a couple of neighbors that who are gone a lot, and they're older. And they're foreigners, but it is made. They're very nice. And we had 3 dogs that we said, you know what? Let's put them out in the dog run for a while so they're not in the house all the time. And unbeknownst to us, they would whine and bark and cry all day long.
Oh.
We didn't know this. So I went over one day and I'm like, I'm going to be really cool. I'm going to bring them a dozen fresh eggs because we got the chickens. And the guy's wife, who's a really sweet woman, just very politely said, your dogs, they bark and cry all day. And I'm standing there horrified because now we're those people. And this had gone on for like a month. And I was just, I'm sure she saw the look on my face, and I said, that's not going to happen anymore. So the dogs went inside all day.
Yeah.
But I wish they'd have said something sooner. They wouldn't have had to put up with it. I felt.
Yeah. Well, it's like, this lady said, like, oh, well, next time you hear the dog barking like that, just call me and I'll, because if I'm not home, because the dog just barks when they're not home. She's like, if I'm not home, I have a camera set up where I can actually call home to the camera and talk to the dog and calm the dog down. And I'm like, well, that's great. I could not have known that. I had to call you at the work office. I didn't, because you're my next door neighbor. I'm not going to go bang on your door. You know what I mean? But like 3 a.m, the dog's just barking incessantly all night long. And you know what I mean? Sometimes it's barking when we're trying to like work or whatever. And then like Erica's on a meeting or something like that. And it's all coming through. Meanwhile, on the other side of us, that dog will howl and cry like it's being tortured with hot tongs all day when its parents aren't home. And it's just the most awful sound. And then they come home, and I'm sure the dog's like eating their couch or shat everywhere or destroyed their fucking apartment in some capacity. So then they come home and they're all screaming and bawling, and it's just mayhem. It's like you just feel like sometimes it sounds like I'm living underneath the bleachers at a baseball game. You know what I mean? Just only with extra dogs. Like it's just madness. The noise and chaos. Like
sounds like it has a really bad case of separation anxiety.
Oh, I'm sure it's not the dog's fault. It's never the dog's fault, but I just feel bad that I can't do anything except yell at the thing to shut up. And it actually works, but I hate that. I hate that it's turned me into that guy because like I I'm a pretty patient person, but I get to a point where I'm just like, okay, that's enough. I'm trying to ink eyelashes here. This is getting frustrating,
You're just a dog hater. That's all.
I love dogs, man. If I didn't live in an apartment building, I would have a dog. Absolutely. If I had any kind of yard or whatever, I would have a dog in that yard, 100%. At least during the the warmer months and everything like that. But yeah, I'd love to have dogs. Erica's folks got dogs, and I love them.
I got a crazy dog story for you.
Oh yeah,
let's hear it.
So my dog is about 2 years old now, and a few months ago it was raining, so we let him inside, and we got a stuffed toy on the sofa, and he's very fond of this toy. Like he likes to hump it, and we've always just let him go at it, like maybe just like to tire himself out. But one day he found a loose part in the toy stitching. And
oh no!
And he got his junk stuck in it, and we had to cut the toy off around him. and I'm not joking, man. Like this, his thing was fully out. Like so, his testicles were out of the sack. It had pulled everything out. Yeah, man. He's walking around the house with the tip of it touching the floor, just dragging along the floor.
Oh,
and there's blood and everything, man.
Oh,
yeah. So that's a stupid dog.
Oh wow, jeez.
So he was all in. Har har har.
Yeah, he was all the way in, man.
Oh, wow, that's commitment.
That toy was pregnant afterwards.
Yeah. With a foot.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to top that story. So good night.
No,
everybody.
Like that scene in Total Recall where the head splits open and lifts off his head and it stops the movie. There you go. That's what it just did. Get ready for a surprise.
Wow. Is there any more news on the Last Ronin video game?
No, nothing that I've seen.
It's kind of a cool idea, though. I mean, it's got everything you need for a video game. It's so funny watching movies now when you know they're going to make a video game out of it. You're just like, oh, that's going to be in the game. Yep, that bit's going to be in the game. Oh, this part where they have to go through the revolving doors, that'll be in the game.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Unfortunately, though, sometimes I feel like in writing that it's gotten to a point that you can tell that they're using either video game writers for these movies, for these like action Marvel based or comic based movies, things like that, or they're sticking to that same very linear structure in storytelling that it just feels like hey, this is the part where you lift the guy up and you need two people to do this because the other person has to run over there and unlock the door. It's like, it seems so forced sometimes in some of the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise known as the Mandalorian writer's room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, every one of those episodes is basically should be titled Side Quest.
Yeah.
That last season was kind of tough, I'll be honest. I wasn't I've been a defender of the show for a long time, but that last season, I don't know. I think maybe I've kind of been saturated with Star Wars now. I think I've hit a saturation point. I don't know what it was, but I want to love that show, but I don't know. That last season was tough.
The first season had moments, but it was, if you ever go back and watch the first season, you'll see it exactly the same. just side quest. Do a thing to get a thing in order to get the final thing.
Yeah.
Get to the point, right? What's your?
Yeah.
I didn't even actually watch this final season, or is it finals? I don't even know final season, but the last season, I just couldn't even. I totally forgot it came out. I had so little interest in it at this point.
Yeah.
Like once they interrupted Boba Fett to throw the Mandalorian in there, because I was like, because Boba Fett's show sucked so bad. To say, hey, here's 2 episodes of Mandalorian to keep people watching, and these 2 episodes are basically going to negate the first 2 seasons, because we can't get rid of our money machine, otherwise known as Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
So and I was just like, oh, okay, so now we've become a pointless show.
Yeah, see, I would have been really impressed if they'd have just sent Grogu off to train with, to become a little Jedi. Goodbye.
Well, now you have your spin-off show, really, if you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Right. Or a season or 2 later, you could reach back and touch into that.
Well, they're not going to have Pedro Pascal that long. He was a 3-season contract.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I'm guessing that they went heavy-handed with the extra Mandalorian characters, so they technically can keep the Mandalorian going. It just won't be with Mando.
They'll kill him off.
Or write him out somehow, and then Starbuck will take over, or whatever her name is.
I'm just waiting for them to finally, come around to how they're going to figure out how to make a helmet for Grogu. I think that's what I'm just that's the only thing I'm care about now is how's that guy going to look with a Mandalorian helmet on? That's how are they going to design that? Do the ears come out? Do the ears get flattened inside? What's the story?
They're gonna go Captain America with it. They're gonna have ear holes.
Yeah.
and it will actually make the noise when he puts it on, so the ears.
Yeah.
It makes me think of when they came up with Ironheart. The girl that stole Stark's suit, and I'm looking at it, and they had Riri and we whatever. Anyway. And the first shot I see of her is that cover shot, and she has this gigantic fro. And I'm like, when you put the helmet on, she's not going to be able to see anything, right? And I actually wrote that in a post on Facebook. I'm like, this is cool looking, but this isn't going to work. And there was crickets because apparently I said something wrong. I'm like, this shit's got to work, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's a movie where they actually CG'd that in, where someone, they made the joke about that same exact thing. I can visually see it, but I can't place the movie to it, where they take the helmet off and then oh shit, it was Undercover Brother. When Undercover Brother takes off the oh fuck. Why am I blank? I can't get Rick James out of my head. It's not Rick James. The hardest working man in music.
The one that had to do a police chase and because he was messed up and had to shoot his trucks. Oh yeah,
James Brown.
Brown, yeah.
Thank you. But when he takes off the James Brown mask and the afro comes out, that's the best amount of money ever spent on CG ever. I fucking love that. Every time I see it, it makes me giggle because I was like, they thought hard enough to realize that we need to CG the afro poofing as soon as he takes off the James Brown mask. I was like, fucking awesome. Oh, I love that movie.
What was the flick where they made the joke about the girl who hadn't trimmed her pubic hairs and
waiting? Well, I mean, they also did it in like that first Scream
scary movie,
yeah.
And it filled the room.
That was actually a Scary Movie, yes, but waiting actually had a much better joke about it. Because the waitress was annoyed with all the guys doing the joke to make the other guys see their scrotum. And so she finally jumps up and pulls her skirt up, and she's just got an unkempt bush. And all the guys are like, ah, and Ryan Reynolds like, oh my God, it's so angry. It was like, oh man, that's a great classic indie flick. If you guys haven't seen it,
it is a great one. Yeah.
And the cast is a fucking powerhouse cast before everyone kind of got really big, I guess. Yeah.
Which one?
Waiting. Like waiters, waitresses, waiting.
Oh, okay. Oh,
they
gotcha.
made a sequel, and it went straight to video.
The sequel is garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. And they got these two kids that are the bus boys that are just straight up, diet versions of Jay and Silent Bob. But they're pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And probably, a comedian I can't stand, Dane Cook. Probably the funniest thing he's ever done.
I think that was the one that like put him on the map.
Quite possibly, yeah. Or I think he was just kind of blowing up at that same time.
Yeah, he was like starting to, and that like skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of a big deal for a little while there.
His brother stole all his money.
Well, and he stole all his material from other people.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah. But Luis Guzman's in it as the, and just, awesome. Yeah, because he's the one that curates the whole scrotum joke. And he's fucking awry with it because he explains it all with like a fucking piece of raw chicken. It's just so fucking bizarre. Oh, shit. I think I'm watching that tonight.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah. Richard Pace forced me to watch Johnny Dangerously last night. It's his fault, but I thank him for that.
Johnny Dangerously.
It's been too
long. The
Michael
Keaton movie?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
great flick. But it had been too long since I've seen it, so I had to crack that open.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, it opens with a Weird Al song, so come on.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Yeah, definitely put it into your rotation.
Is that the one where the mobster kept using the term "farting ice holes"? Yeah,
it was the Italian mobster with like had they not put his accent into it, it would have definitely been a rated R movie. It says farting ice holes. I'll have their bells in a sling. and it's not Dick Butkus, but it's another bear from that time. But he's like, oh, the mouth on that guy. But yeah, the entire rant he does is fucking a riot because it's just all these curse words that they just like changed a letter into it, and you're like, oh shit, they got away with so much.
I watched Wakanda Forever last night. I hadn't seen that one yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want those 2 hours back?
I was gonna say the forever part is probably the most accurate part of the film. But I didn't hate it. It was long. It was very long, but I didn't hate the movie. I just kind of.
Okay, here's my issue with
the movie. Didn't exist.
Yeah, here's my major issue with this movie. All right. Well, two major issues with it. Like, Wakanda's a landlocked nation.
Mm-hmm.
And Namor, how does Namor get there? Like, I mean, I know they yada it with like the rivers and stuff, but there's no way he's bringing those big fucking like whales and beluga whale, all that shit that he brought. There's no way, because at some point the river's not going to be deep enough or wide enough to get all the way to Wakanda, because like Wakanda's like dead center of Africa, and it's just like because again, don't get me wrong, I want Namor in a movie. Kind of wish they would have waited for Fantastic Four to really break him out, but I just thought he was just such a bad choice for a Wakanda enemy.
Yeah, I agree. I also don't know how I feel about the. I mean, I don't know how I feel about the whole Atlantis or the whole whatever Talakon or whatever the.
Just call it Atlantis. Yeah, it's
yeah. I don't know if I got the whole Mayan vibe. Like I don't think it. I mean, I guess it kind of worked, but it's just one of those things where, like, I can understand you don't want to necessarily do Atlantis, given the wake of the Aquaman films and whatever. I can understand that to a point, but why not make your Atlanteans look like something distinctly Marvel instead of just robbing another kind of culture
Avatar.
to create an underwater Mayan kind of vibe. And I
agree.
I don't know.
It felt terribly lazy.
I just don't understand why they went that. They could have gone any direction, I suppose, but I don't know why they went that one. It didn't ultimately really bother me, because I thought the bits that looked like Namor doing his Namor shit was good. Like the fact that they made him so impossibly powerful, like Superman. I thought that was good. Like they kind of nailed that. The idea that she's able to take him in a fight in the desert, I even buy that, because I've seen Namor lose fights that way in comics, by being dried out and weakened by his environment. That's like the only way you can beat him. You get that guy in the water, you're fucking dead.
Well, that's what I said. They took the fight to the water originally. I was like, yeah, not good, not smart.
Yeah, like he was clobbering the Thing in the water, and the Thing was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this guy is so strong, and I don't know. I guess. Yeah, I thought the winged feet actually looked way cheesier than I thought they were going to look. I didn't know how they were going to pull them off, but I don't know, man. I just Erica was nodding off watching it. She was like, yeah, I don't know, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I just kind of feel like it was a movie.
Thomas said they should have made him look like 1980s sea monkeys. Fucking brine shrimp.
Well, and I thought it was weird too that like Atuma, who's one of my favorite Marvel bad guys, was just kind of like a sergeant in his little group of underwater Mayan killers. And
I'm assuming they were going to build up to him if it would have been.
I would have thought there would have been, like, as soon as I realized that that's who it was, I thought, oh shit, maybe there's going to be some cool angle where at the end, like they do in all the movies, where like we're all led to believe that Namor's the bad guy, and then at the end you actually see his intentions, and then Atuma turns on him for being too weak or too soft or something like this, because Atuma is no slouch either. I mean, that guy can go up against the Hulk and guys like that too.
But the thing is, though, if they did that, it would be just a straight rip from every Aquaman story where Orm decides to backstab.
No, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah. But anyway, I just thought it was.
And I've seen comics where Namor went up against the Hulk too.
Oh yeah, straight up. Oh yeah.
If he's fresh out of the water. Oh, Jason, your phone just.
Oh yeah, man.
There he is. You're back. You're back, dude.
Okay.
But that's I don't know. They both Marvel and DC failed on the water-based. Like Aquaman was like, okay, give us Orm or give us Black Mantis. Don't try to cram both into it, because and honestly, I would have rather had Black Mantis, because we've seen enough of Orm. But and then
visually they nailed him too.
Though. The
Black Mantis costume was
fucking awesome. Yeah, and I was like, why couldn't we had that movie instead? That would have been
just give me a Black Manta movie. Honestly, the guy's motivations are ones you could almost stand behind, and I love that about the DC villains. You can almost kind of get behind their thinking a little bit, and I love that about him. That I love that character, but fuck, did he ever look awesome?
Yeah,
like he just looked so good.
Yeah, and the fact that they just kind of just wasted him in one fight scene, and then for the and credit scene, I'm like,
And it's interesting, that suit, because you could look at the proportions on that suit, and if they hadn't nailed it, it would have looked stupid as hell.
Yeah,
in live action, but they nailed it.
You're right. Yeah, had they half-assed it, it would have been garbage. But
And was anybody else like really upset with Wakanda Forever when you didn't get to hear at least one Imperious Rex out of Namor?
Well,
I remember that was Stan Lee's thing. He would scream Imperious Rex while he's
he yells it once in the movie, but it's like it's translated, so you don't hear him say Imperious Rex. It's like whatever his underwater Mayan language is, and then it's like subtitled Imperious Rex. And I laughed out loud because it was so stupid, but I was like, well, at least they gave us something,
And my childhood is raped. See, they did it. Damn it. So
I consider that just not even a nod. It's okay, we have to do it, but we're going to do it this way.
Yeah.
And so we don't actually, but yeah, because for him not to say it in the entire movie, almost, even as a throwaway line.
And that's also, again, kind of why like the Mayan thing didn't really work. Like it didn't fit. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what would have fit. I guess he should have just looked like something that wasn't, wasn't exactly human. Like, go back to the fucking first appearances. Go back to FF. Go back to the elongated forehead and the elongated fucked up hairline and the. I mean, like just make him look weird and like a weird looking fish head Superman. Like.
Well, they didn't even need to go full Kirby on it if they didn't want. Or
no,
was it Ramada German? No, who did?
Have you guys seen any other of Bill Everett's characters you created? Because he was created by an artist named Wild Bill Everett.
Oh, yeah, who did it? Okay, all right, yeah.
All of Bill Everett's characters have that look.
Yes, that's true. Yeah,
like elves. It's like that high fantasy.
Yep.
Headline, like that head structure.
Yeah.
I like the way Byrne drew him. I love the way Byrne drew everything except for kids. But I love the way he drew Namor. I loved his Namor stuff. His Namor series was fucking great. He had him fighting Griffin and all those cool monsters. Like that was good shit.
Has anybody seen the his fan fiction X-Men stuff he's been doing?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I heard he was doing some stuff. No, I haven't.
He's been doing X-Men stories, and it's classic Byrne, like Byrne Claremont era X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's qualifying in his fan fiction, he's not charging money, and he's posting it free on his site.
Oh, nice.
He's doing shit where he's got him in the Savage Land.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Jeez, dude.
Good stuff.
That's some of my favorite era X-Men too. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his writing on it's kind of suffering just a wee bit on his fan fiction stuff. So
I love the Next Men. I thought that was a great run that he did. I enjoyed that book a lot. It was different for sure.
I thought Byrne did Next Men.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about. Okay, never mind. I didn't hear somebody say.
Oh, we were
Byrne.
talking about someone else. I thought we were still talking about Byrne. Sorry, I got that.
No, I didn't hear anybody say Byrne. That's why I was lost. I'm like, Bill Everett's not doing X. I'm like trying to find out where Bill Everett was doing. I'm like, when did he do? I'm like,
sorry.
Okay, I didn't hear you say Byrne. I got really lost in that conversation.
Cheers on you. Anybody? What did any of you guys ever read his redo of OMAC?
Yep.
Which is like one of my favorite Kirby characters.
Oh, it's so great.
Goddamn bizarre.
And the whole thing's in black and white, and he did a lot of repetitive panels and stuff. Like it was really well put together. That thing, yeah.
I mean, when you read the original Kirby book, you're going, "Were you doing edibles when you wrote this?" Because it was real freaky shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, your phone died. Signal is dead.
I don't know what the hell it's doing. It's just like I guess it turned off.
Probably got too hot.
No, it's actually very cool. Let's see.
Hey.
We got bored.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig that OMAC series out now. I haven't looked at that in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while either.
There's just some really crazy concepts, and I love how Kirby would always name shit. And he had that character called Brother Eye. I'm like, or the satellite.
Yeah.
All right.
No offense to Kirby, because I love Kirby stuff, especially New God stuff. But he did not waste time at coming up with names. He did zero research into fucking coming up with names. He was just
he did not.
Yeah. So his names are great just because his name says exactly what he is.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. I read an interview with him, and basically there were times when he was writing and doing so many books, the way he would come up with plots was he would write plot points on index cards, and he would shuffle them. And that became the plot for the comic.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And that's still 2 steps better than what fucking Stan Lee did. So I'm okay with it.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I'm not a Stan Lee apologist. I've always been firm on the fact that he did create a lot of cool characters, but he was kind of a garbage writer.
Well, when all the alliteration of the characters was so he'd be able to remember their names.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That was the reason he did that. Richard Rider.
Yeah.
But
when he's doing all the writing for the 20-some books. I mean, I get you got to cut some corners, but
And my favorite was like where he went all in with J. Jonah Jameson. Like, dude.
But you know what? Here's the thing. A
It makes
testament
me feel like
to the success. The success of him doing that is that we all remember those names too.
Well, this is true.
Or the fact that they're just super popular characters.
Yeah.
You got to understand, Stefan's going to detract any chance he gets.
Without me mentioning his name, when's the last time you thought of Paste Pot Pete?
Oh,
yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about Paste Pot Pete yesterday. Yeah, I legit was. I have it's so funny. I'm doing a set of sketch cards for one of those sketch card companies that works with Marvel, and they have a banned list of characters, like characters that you can't draw anymore, or characters you can't draw in conjunction with other characters. And it's very. It would actually be easier for them to send me a list of characters that you can draw, because the ones that are the number of characters that are banned are numerous. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Paste Pot Pete is one of the banned characters.
And you want to know why?
I have a really good reason. I know. I'm sure I know why. Because of the splooge guns, probably.
Yeah, because it looks like he's spraying semen over everybody.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's the reason
what's wrong with that?
Yep. Yeah. Jason bought that again. Yeah, so that's the reason why.
But I was bummed out, man. I signed up to do this sketch card set. I haven't done a sketch card set since 2000, and I'm going to say the last one was probably 2013. I think I did a Walking Dead sketch set for Cryptozoic. I haven't done a Marvel set in a long time. I used to do Marvel sets for Rittenhouse, and I finally decided to go ahead and do a set because it's been 10 years. I forgot how much I hate doing them. Working on sketch card size, and these ones are actually already pre-cut, so I'm actually working on the final cut size of these cards, which makes it really tricky, because the old ones you could draw them bigger and then they would crop them down and stuff. But the list of banned characters is crazy, and I'm super upset because I signed up thinking I'm just going to draw X amount of drawings of the Thing and Blastar and all my my favorite Marvel characters, and nothing Fantastic Four related is allowed in this set.
Yeah, because the movie.
Yeah. And nothing, there was a couple other movie ones that are just not allowed to touch them at all. And I was like, God damn it! Like, I can't even draw Dr. Doom. Nope. Can't even draw Galactus. Nope. Like, just not happening.
Okay, so this is very important to me. On the list of no, was Speedball on that list?
Ooh, that's fun.
I don't think he was.
Okay, so you can draw him, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I have to double check. I'm not doing too many. They used to make you commit to like 100. I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm committing to that many cards.
No shit.
But I committed to doing 10. So there's going to be 10 really nice cards out there, plus one artist proof card that I'll have, which I'll probably make available to someone out there. But all of those have to be approved by the company as well. So like, you can't have anyone making any, strange requests with the Marvel characters at all. But
I was really expecting you to say you get to do 10 cards, so there's going to be 9 really nice ones and a Speedball.
I actually wouldn't. I would probably Speedball's going on the list. I have to narrow it down to 10, and I figured I'd probably do a couple of Hulks and a couple of Spideys, and maybe a Wolvie or a Sabretooth or something like that. But I've only got to do 10, so I would like to make them fun. That'd be a fun one to do. I don't get to sell them; those they get randomly inserted into packs, and then someone who buys a pack will get a speedball card. Sorry, what's that? Oh,
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to derail your thought there, Mike.
no, that's all right. No,
It's trying to
it's cool.
isolate us so no one else would hear, but
Yeah.
I've screwed up. So who has to do the approval? Marvel or the
Marvel? Yeah, Marvel does the approval. I only ever in all the years I did cards ever had one card get not approved, and it was because it was a drawing of the Red Skull, which was not on the banned list, and I didn't give him any kind of Nazi paraphernalia. There was not even like a armband, nothing, like no trace of any kind of that stuff. I just put him in basically kind of like the same green jumpsuit that Kirby used to draw him in the old Captain America comics or whatever. And for whatever reason, he got banned. They didn't allow that one card, so that was kind of a bummer because it was actually a nice card. But the weird thing is you have to send it in anyway so that they can destroy it.
Yeah, let's say so they can make sure it never hits circulation. Yep.
Yeah, so it's kind of strange.
But just take scans of them bad boys.
Oh yeah, no, I got to send scans of them anyway. Yeah, it's a whole process. I finally did. I let them talk me into doing it. The rates on sketch cards have always been
they're garbage.
So insultingly low. Like I remember they used to pay in the old days $5 a card.
Yeah.
But they would expect a full figure with a background, full color. You're talking a sketch card size thing, and they want this. And I was doing it because I wanted to impress, and they make it sound like, oh well, you'll be able to work for Marvel one day because actual Marvel editors will be handling these drawings and giving you approval on these drawings, and it's all a load of bollocks. I mean that they do have to approve the drawings and stuff, but it's not going to get you any closer to working in the comics industry. Like it's not going to get you any closer to doing a cover or getting into the interiors on a book. And I think a lot of artists are sold that as a lie, that it's going to bring you this closer to the crucible, so to speak, and it doesn't. And it's a shame. But anyway. It used to be that you'd put, they'd pay $5 a card. So you'd put in a full day's work and you'd get 8 nice fucking cards drawn and you will have made $40 for your day of work. You know what I mean? Because there's no fast way to do it. They're not going to approve the card if it's not like top level, rendering. If it's not top level art, they just don't approve the card. They just reject it and you've just wasted your time.
Yep. So
it's a whole thing, man. But the rates have improved somewhat marginally in over the years, and I just agreed to it because it's been kind of a lean year work-wise. So I thought, I might as well do a couple of sketch cards. It's been a while. So anyway, I'll be able to show those off when I get them done, hopefully in a couple months' time.
Cool. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say, name your price on the speedball one. I'll buy that.
Oh yeah, well I only have one AP, so I mean if you want the AP, that's the only one that I can negotiate with. The others are all getting randomly inserted into packs.
Oh, I know.
I don't have any say on that, but we'll definitely talk for sure.
All right. Yeah.
I had a guy get all my APs. I used to get like 5 or 6 APs, and I remember one year he wanted like the Hulk giving Spider-Man a hug, and then the year after he wanted Spider-Man giving the Hulk a hug, and I made them funny, like I made them kind of the Hulk's like squishing the guts, like not violently, but squishing the guts out of Spider-Man in a hug, and then the other one, Spider-Man's like picking him up off the ground and giving him a hug around the waist, and one guy wanted Deadpool proposing to Captain Marvel. Stuff like that, like it's just weird requests, but it got approved. So as long as you keep it clean and, no one's in any kind of sexual position or compromised situation, then Marvel will probably approve it. So, yeah, it's a whole weird industry though, the card thing. It's really strange.
Man, that's really cheap.
Oh, it's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah. I think they sell you on the myth that you're going to get hired by Marvel, and then
that's their total angle on it. Yeah,
I always send, the reality is if you don't like to work for $5, well, don't worry. There's 7,000 people out there who do. So have a nice day is basically the attitude, right? So, that's fine. but it's a very, I find it to be a very exploitive corner of the business. I know guys who still are happy doing it. I know guys who make their whole career doing sketch cards, and they do very, very well. They probably do better than I do, slugging along here doing my thing at home. But yeah, I just can't get into that kind of volume and having the pressure of owing that many cards and knowing that like any one of them could be rejected just by some judge's whim, when it comes down to approval time. So yeah, it's a funny business, man.
I remember when Mark Lipka was inking some Star Wars stuff, and the approval on every page was just bananas.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they were counting Yoda's teeth.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Right? It's crazy. When those bigger companies get involved, like Tom Grummett was telling me that he did an M&M's cartoon, like storyboard kind of thing for I think it was going to be made into a commercial, or it was going to be like an actual little M&M short comic books about the M&M characters, in outer space or something like this. And so he was drawing these M&M, very simple, just M&Ms with googly eyes and a face, basically. And yeah, the scrutiny that he was under, he said it was worse than everything he's ever done. Like any kind of scrutiny he's received drawing Superman or the Avengers or any of the different things he worked on over the years, he said was nothing compared to the bullshit that M&M's, that candy company gave him, making sure those animated candies look right,
When I was in art school, we had a teacher who did work for big clients like Hershey's, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he said, when you get those clients, they're the ones who really run you.
Oh, yeah.
Do something and it'll be 99% done and they'll like that wrapper. They said, can you move that about a 32nd of an inch over?
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, how do you fix that? He said, you bill them till their nose bleeds.
Yeah. Well, they'll pay too. They don't care. Yeah, it's big dollars for sure on those ad jobs. I love getting ad work. I haven't had any ad work in a while, but I remember I was doing some advertising stuff for Marvel back in early 2000s. They had partnered with a company up here in Canada called Duffer & Games, who made like billiard room products, posters, ping pong sets, wraps for your pool cues, like actual pool tables, all that shit. I was designing Fantastic Four pool tables and Punisher pool tables.
Oh, cool.
It was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
It was the best. And the crazy thing was like the pay attached to doing those jobs was staggeringly high compared to what guys who are actually drawing the comics were getting paid. I got to do a poster, and it was a poster trying to sell a new line of pool tables that they had. They had these beautiful high-end pool tables that they made. All of the surfaces came from Italy, and it was like all this just a really high-end, like multi-$1,000 pool tables that they would sell to people who own mansions and boats and that sort of stuff. And anyway, it was just the money. They paid me $3,000 to do a poster that I would probably not make $300 for now. You know what I mean? And they just had this massive budget for advertising for this product design stuff. And it was the glory days. I was 2 years out of college. I was working for Marvel Comics. I thought I had made it, man. The gig lasted about 1.5 years, and I was doing little sketches for like all kinds of stuff, like little X-Men drawings that would get printed on the ping pong balls, or that the paddles of the ping pong set, or whatever other sport thing it was, dart flights, that kind of stuff. And oh man, it was glory days, just absolute glory days. Deadlines were easy. The only thing it did was it killed 2 of my computers because I was using an old G6 like Macintosh, and I actually destroyed its brains trying to do that Hulk poster. And then the following year they had me do a Spider-Man poster of the same kind of caliber. So I had to get a new computer for that one too. But yeah, they were paying me well enough that was a thing that could happen. So yeah, it was
murderer.
Those were good days, man. Those were good days. But it's funny because it's been like 25 years or more, or 20 years since I did that work. And I remember signing a contract at the time that like I could never take any claim for the work. I could never take any credit for the work. I probably shouldn't even be allowed to have this conversation. You know what I mean? I still have a fucking bag full of artwork from those days that I've never been able to show, scan, put online, sell, anything. It's just nuts. It's just sitting there like in an archive. And Eric, every so often, Erica will be like, "What are we going to do with these things?" And I'm like, "I don't know. The contract didn't say. It just says I can't show it."
Have a burn, maybe.
I mean,
You
that,
know?
honestly,
The
that's why they pay so much on that commercial, because that, like,
Yep.
most of my work at DC was, in the, commercial end, and every time my editor from there would call me up and say, "Hey, hate to ask you," I'm like, "No, don't hate to ask me, because I know how much this gig pays."
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm getting, to write whatever I wrote I'm being paid more than artists are on comic books, and it's,
Yep.
and it's like, because I can't take any writing credit for it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care. That check is going to be massive.
Oh yeah.
So, and then, the cool part was like, if they ever reprinted it, I got more money, and I was not expecting that. Like, I didn't expect them to have. It's like when they did the Smallville animation, and they turned it into an actual comic book. I got second pay on that. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Oh man.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I mean, it was a one-off, obviously, so I'm not going to reprint that again. But yeah,
Still, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I could have kept that connection going before DC fucked off to Burbank, oh yeah, I would have kept that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'd maybe get 2-3 gigs a year, but man, the amount of financing that would do for me was incredible.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, like they paid me $3,000 to do a Hulk poster. It was a lot of work, and it had to be done at a super high resolution because it was getting blown up into like it was being printed into like these big, posters that you would get mounted. Like I think they were selling them already kind of plaque mounted, these things, high, really, really glossy, like nice looking things. Which of course, if I wanted one, I'd have to pay for one myself. They never gave me any comps.
Oh, really?
Anything I did, I had to go to like the hardware stores or wherever sold this billiard room equipment and buy it myself if I wanted copies of my own work. It was kind of sad that way. But yeah, that one Hulk payment, like that one Hulk poster, probably paid for like 4 months rent for Erica and I. You know what I mean? Like it was a one job thing. It probably took me 2 weeks to do, but it paid for at least 3 months of rent, and took some pressure off for sure. Yeah, I love working for ad companies, man. Oh, I gotta take a break. Hands cramping up.
That's what you get for being a lefty.
The devil. He's the devil.
Sadly, that was my right hand, so I kind of felt bad. But...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't even pick up the irony of that.
Oh man.
That piece is looking good, though, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah,
Thank you,
going
sir.
heavy on the.
Is that all pencils so far, Dan?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with probably just heavy pencil on this. Maybe go into just I don't know. I might just go just heavy detail on graphite only.
Nice.
That's cool.
I'm liking the look so far. Take a little break.
Jason, that piece is looking beautiful, man.
Fun with this crazy one.
I mean, sad but beautiful.
I'll be sad to see this Last Ronin cover go in a way, but I'll also be happy because I've been trying to keep it in a safe place in my total apocalypse nightmare of a studio here, where I was afraid at any moment it was going to fall and get smashed or get folded underneath some other falling debris. Yeah, it's
well, if you ever
probably...
find yourself in that situation again, feel free to send it to me, and I'll be happy to store it for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
How's the chat looking? How active are we in that sucker?
We were a lot more active earlier. I think we're hitting that, hour and a half mark where things kind of slow down for a bit. Yeah, people bounce out to go, watch hockey or whatever else they might be on. Then they come back to see when the progress is going.
Or skip puck.
But we got a few diehards in here. We got Brandon still here, Nathan here. They're chatting it up.
As far as I know, Brandon's drawing as well. He's drawing. He had linears worked out for a Last Ronin theme thing. He was drawing as well. So
yeah, he said because he was asking how long we were going because he was timing out how long he was going to draw with us. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, you got a webcam? You want to jump in for a few minutes, bud? Oh, yeah, he's still here drawing away.
Nice.
Oh, and Murray had to take off for supper with the family. How dare he prioritize family over us? This is again why he's my nemesis. Jeez, just.
But he did promote the night well, so
okay, fair enough.
Forgive him.
Yeah, he likes to give those backhanded compliments. He's like,
"Come watch this. I won't be there."
Yeah. For a big guy, Stefan does make jeans look good. Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he told me to try taking this up with his mother. Oh no. I don't defend anybody against their mother. That's just asking for trouble. Oh, and Nathan was saying that being Canadian, he totally remembers the Dufferin stuff.
Yep,
the pool type of stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, it was actually kind of big news in Canada when Marvel, did a partnership with them. I just never expected to be the guy to get the phone call to do that. Work. The other artist they hired was Chip Zdarsky, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Back then, Chip was known as Steve Murray, and he was doing mostly art. He wasn't doing as much writing as he is now. I think he was writing his own, drawing his own comics.
Did you just dox him out on our? You just got us canceled, didn't you?
No, that was his name. That was the old days back when we were young pups in school. But yeah. He got that gig. He got to do some really cool, like Spider-Man and Hulk pool cue wraps and stuff. I got to see his work. It looked really awesome. They hired me for some more like kind of like scenery type stuff. Though the heartbreaker was I had two awesome posters that were lined up and set for production that never happened. One of them was Daredevil and Elektra playing pool in like a divey roadhouse that was just loaded to the rafters with members of the Hand. They all had bows and weapons drawn on them, and there's Elektra totally relaxed, just like leaning over the table, like cheesecake style, taking a shot, while Daredevil's fighting all these ninjas in the background. And that was a lot of fun. I wish that one could have come together. I still have all the layouts. Maybe I'll just release it as like a poster or something for myself, like something similar. And then the other one was an Avengers Assemble kind of piece where it was a bunch of Avengers all standing around a pool table while there was a game happening. And I think it was like, I can't remember who was taking the shot, but in the foreground is the pool, the balls coming right towards you, and on the end of it is Ant-Man like holding on to dear life, and I can't remember who was taking the shot. It might have been Tony Stark taking the shot. I can't quite remember, but in the background it was like there was like the whole all of Tony's armor all lined up in like a gallery. There was like just different little Easter eggs and curios from Avengers comics kind of loaded into the background. And that would have been a really nice one to see happen as well, but it never did. It was like I had a 4 or 5 big projects in motion, and then for whatever reason, that partnership with Dufferin ended. I don't think Dufferin. I'm not sure if Dufferin's even in business anymore, but they made really nice stuff, so it was a shame. I wish that I could have got one of the Spider-Man pool tables I designed. That would have been awesome. It had the red velvet and everything. It was.
You gotta eBay that sucker. It's out there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have. I remember the contract just being very, very weird and final. And I remember before I signed it thinking, like, I bet Kirby had to sign a thing like this, where he was just signing away everything he created, and it was a very weird, like the idea that I couldn't even take credit for it. And then the sad part was a lot of the ad work I did got reprinted in comic books, and I'd be all excited to go to the comic shop and see my own work in the ad section of the comic, and they would like go and Photoshop in extra stuff. Like I did this one Spider-Man poster. I think I've talked about it on the show before, where I was super excited about it, and when it finally came out, it was going to be like a 2-page spread. Spider-Man playing pool against the Green Goblin, and the Kingpin was in the background with a couple of ladies, and it was like a real fancy nightclub kind of scene. And for whatever reason, they added a Jim Lee Wolverine just sitting in there. Like they just photoshopped him in, and he was in the wrong perspective. Like he was in the wrong, kind of aspect ratio. Like he didn't fit. Like it was like a different camera altogether was trained on Wolverine, and it just stuck him in there. Like just stuck him into the scene. And just ruined the whole piece. And I remember just going to the comic store and picking it up, and it was like, I think it was like issue 3 or issue 4 of Howard the Duck, like the Marvel Max series back in the early 2000s. And I just picking it up and looking at it and just putting it back on the shelf and leaving. I didn't even buy myself a copy. I was just it was like, it actually felt humiliating, to see it like that, presented that way. But again, I guess that's what you're signing off when you don't get to take credit for it. You don't get to, enjoy any of the spoils of it. You just do the work and move on. Enjoy your paycheck, and that's it. So,
on an unrelated note, 1-0 Canes right now. And according to Linda, it is a war. Nobody's screwing around.
So, Mike, were these things for Dufferin? Did you have to do like ping pong paddles and stuff too?
Yep.
Spider-Man, the Hulk, and Wolverine.
No, I did mostly X-Men stuff. Weirdly, and it was they were the Ultimate Marvel universe was a brand new thing, and they were trying to like get me to do Ultimate Marvel stuff, and I just hated it. Like I didn't understand what I was drawing half the time. Like the Wolverine was different, everything was different. But yeah, no, I didn't do those paddles. I'm not sure who did those ones, but they were fun. I mostly like doing the posters because I just got to be an illustrator, and not have to worry about product. But I enjoyed doing the Fantastic Four pool table. Was pretty cool because I got to have a bunch of villains on the side panels all the way around it, and I did the Spider-Man one was cool because it was just a cityscape that wrapped around the whole pool table along the side panels, and it was just Spidey. Like I was doing the multiple Spider-Man, like running and jumping and doing flips and swinging, and all just kind of like an animated thing all the way around the table. And the surface of the table was red velvet. It had the Spider-Man logo, the Spider-Man webs emanating from the center, and I even got to design a triangle rack, but it was like actually I got to create a prototype using hot glue and like black and silver paint, and I actually made it look like a splatter of webs that you could use, that had a handle that you could use to rack the balls, so it actually looked like a splatter of webs or that you're using. It was kind of fun, just little experimental stuff that they were like, yeah, do that if you can, and I was like, I can, let's do it. And they were really, really cool with it. But I don't know if they made any of that stuff.
Hey, Mike, do you have WhatsApp open?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that one of the images?
Yes, that's one of the images. Wow, man. Yeah, that's the one. Holy shit, that's cool, man. Yeah, and that's one that actually got used as an ad somewhere else because you can't see the Kingpin. There's a whole Kingpin in the background with ladies, and that one doesn't have the Wolverine sticking out of the side of it, which is kind of nice too. So yeah, that's old work of mine, but that's it. That's kind of neat, man. Yeah, thanks for sending that. That was a blast in the past. Yeah, I had to buy one of those posters. It cost me like $75. And then I gave it to my brother as a gift, and then he got evicted while he was away on a work thing, and it just he came home and all of his stuff was out in the rain, including that it had been out there for like a week. I was just like, God damn it!
Wow.
Yeah. Only one I had. Yeah. Can't buy them now, but and the thing about old artwork like that is at the time I thought it was like, pretty good. I thought it was the best I could do. But it's pretty cringy now in some ways, but I was only like 2 years out of school. I just couldn't believe I got that call.
What about that second image I just sent you?
Let's see here. Yeah, that's it too. Yeah, that's my goblin. That was my favorite part. The goblin looked cool. It's low res, but yeah.
Well, just and that one.
Oh man, this is a trip.
Oh
yeah. Okay, so that's not my Wolverine, but that is my Hulk.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. All right.
Yeah, that's my Hulk. That's my Spidey. Those are my dart flights. Yep, those are all my dart flights. That Hulk. Oh, I love that little Hulk one, man. I wonder if I still got the originals for those.
Well, I just bought those 2 posters. I'll have them sent to you.
Look at what you bought those posters. Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, dude. That's a trip. I didn't even think you could still get those. That's funny. Wow.
Gotta love them eBays.
God damn it, man. Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Apparently someone in Bremen, Georgia has all your work.
Wow. But is my name even credited on them? Because they weren't supposed to credit me on them at all.
I don't know. That's why I was asking if this is your art. Because that's what I wanted to ask, is that Wolverine doesn't look like the Spider-Man or the Hulk.
No, and that's funny. Like I actually wish I had bought the comic that day to show you, because it was a Jim Lee Spidey or a Jim Lee Wolvie that they just dropped in, and like literally, like if if you're looking at the figure, like here's Spidey straight on, all the flipping Spideys, and then Wolvie was like this. Like it was like a totally different angle, like he was disappearing into the background. Oh, it was dreadful. I just tried to shut it out of my mind.
Oh, Michaela McDonald I'm not sure who this goes to, but glad I got to catch the stream. Thank you so much for sending the new posters. I cried like a baby when I realized I had left them. Does anybody know who that was go to? Get new posts?
I'm not sure.
Oh, well, all right, Michaela. Well, glad you got your posters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I blame Rob.
Well, for most things, yes. It's kind of a standard.
Hugh always sends people nice posters. Maybe Hugh send something.
That's true. Yeah, he was always gracious with that.
Yeah, he's always giving out extra prints and all that. I haven't seen or heard from Hugh in a while. Probably the last time I saw him was on this show when he was here last time.
Rob just got back in. He's like, "Hey, what the fuck? I just got back in here. I'm getting called out."
Good.
I'm putting links in there for your posters too, so people can see the images I was just talking about. But I didn't want to actually say it until after I locked down the purchases. Don't want anybody coming in there and go, "Yeah, we got this."
Well, that's crazy, man. They only used to sell them on these big like plaques, like these big, huge, like 36 by 24 plaques. I remember, like, I had a pretty big monitor at the time, but it was a pretty, it was like late 90s. Like the computer was from like 96.
Yeah,
it was already an old computer.
CRT monitor.
Yeah. Like it was one of those big blue Macs, and yeah, it was Erica's actually. I killed Erica's computer. Is the newest Ant-Man worth seeing? I like the first two Ant-Man movies. I thought they were pretty good. I didn't hate them as much as I hate most of the Marvel movies, but I haven't seen the third one yet. I see it's out on Disney now. So,
Well,
Yeah,
do you want my opinion or do you want other people's opinion?
yeah, I'll take your opinion. Sure.
I'm gonna have to wait for my dog to finish her goose impression. I don't know if you could hear that back there or not. I don't know. Do you like superhero movies or do you like Disney garbage?
Well, I mean, the humorous aspects of the Ant-Man films haven't bothered me too much because I'm enough of a Paul Rudd fan that I just, and I don't have anything invested in Ant-Man, so I don't have anything to lose. Like I just enjoy it for what it is.
Then then you probably won't like it. I mean, it's one of those where the plot just stumbles over itself like way too much. It's messagey in a way that is just almost borderline. No, not borderline. It's obnoxious because even when it's being messagey, it contradicts itself. And then it just turns into the typical Marvel. We shot this in an entire green screen room, and like they didn't make any effort into making the microverse look anything different than like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it really felt like they went into outer space and went to the nowhere. I think that's where the Guardian. Yeah, I'm talking about where they turned the celestial head into a shipping zone.
Yeah, into an asteroid thing or whatever.
Yeah. And it just felt like that. Like, okay, they didn't give it any personality, and it just turned into CGI, computer game cutscene garbage.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, it really was. But I mean, because I enjoyed the first Ant-Man. The second one was tolerable, like pointlessly tolerable, I guess. But the third one was just hot garbage. And I watched it for the same reason you're saying. Like, okay, it's Paul Rudd. He can, pretty much carry reading a newspaper, and it's interesting. But
sure. I like Kang as a bad guy too, although I heard the guy playing him is kind of like, I guess he's been canceled or something, or he's been, I don't know what the story is. He's problematic. Could probably be recast or something. I thought I heard something about that.
Yeah.
Some kind of domestic abuse charge or something, or
choked a woman or something.
It really depends on the day and the narrative, because
supposedly
it for that entire 2 week.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, for the entire 2 week of that when it was an issue, the story seemed to be evolving every day.
Oh, I see.
So I have no idea where it landed. Like, oh, Mike, your video just went out, and I don't think your hair's that big.
Oh, that's weird, man. I don't know why it's doing that. There's no pressure on the cords anywhere.
Weird.
That's strange. Yeah. These things are just weirdly. Huh. I don't know, man. Let me try to figure this out
here. Benny went straight Chappelle with it. Or Wayne Brady, technically. That Kang had to choke a bitch.
Oh no.
I missed the Dave Chappelle show.
This is a terrible mess here. What's going on?
So he was hanging out with Ezra Miller? Is that it?
Oh, he's not that crazy.
And I'm beginning to think that they're working on basically rehabbing his image too.
What the heck's up with my camera, man?
Yeah, it's completely out now.
That's weird. What would be causing that? The wires are all good. Nothing's under any pressure here.
Oh, that's weird, because you're actually in the room, but you're not coming through the feed. Hang on, let me see if I can fix that, because you're back in the room. 1 second.
Weird, man. I have no idea. The cable seems good.
No, dude, because like you're in the room. For some reason, OBS is having an issue with it now.
Oh, it's okay. Oh,
let me see if I can fix it.
Oh shit! This cover sucks.
oh.
What issue is that?
Is
the
that 3?
the black things are getting sketchy coverage.
Oh, the black sketchy one.
God.
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. I did a Venom on that. I had to just use paint.
Yeah,
There was
I'm
no
like,
winning.
even the paint marker is like separating like oil on it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll eventually just go straight paint with it to finish it up.
Just because I'm muted doesn't mean I can't hear you guys.
No, they're great. They're great. They are nice though. They're actually really, really nice. I've done okay drawing on them. Once you figure it out, once you figure out that the paint. I mean, ultimately, paint defeats everything. So you can, you can always paint on a thing. But
hey, it's not your fault.
No, it's not your fault.
It's really weird, Mike. For some reason, your video will not ingest.
Should I maybe jump out and jump in again, kind of thing, or?
Yeah. Let's give that a shot. Yeah.
Oh, allow director to change your video device.
Yeah, actually, I'm wondering if your video froze because like while I see video, I haven't seen any movement. Like, put your hand in front of your camera.
I saw my screen come on there just for a sec, but
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, now it's black again. But yeah, I'm seeing nothing move on your camera, so I think you froze.
Maybe I'll hop out and I'll hop in again.
Yeah, give that a shot.
All right.
Murray's saying, loving all the art. The Shredder Karl is drawing is dope. It's weird seeing Karl piece without a hot girl sticking her tongue out, though. It's not done yet, Murray.
So sorry.
Yeah, he wasn't told that he could draw Casey Murray yet.
So Murray is a tungist, is it? That's what he is? Okay, fine. I see.
So this is the last show of the season?
Yeah, we're gonna take the summer off. We will come back in like September. Haven't really figured out the exact date yet, but we'll once we get past late July, I'll probably put up the new spreadsheet and have everybody sign up, and I'll send out an email and then wait for everybody to complain that they didn't get the email. And I'm like, no, I know you got the email. All right, Mike, you're back. It looks like
yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And we're back.
That was weird.
Was Bishop supposed to be on this one?
Shh. Yes, he was supposed to, but
He was supposed to, yeah.
But that's why I'm here.
Well, we're happy to have you, man.
yeah. Dan has stepped right up and was like, I'll take this.
Yep.
Yoink.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a bummer. I was hoping he'd be on. He's a fun dude.
Yeah, Roger screamed, triggered. Yes.
But, I can only imagine.
If he was on, he'd have to finish my commission.
I imagine new baby and a high pressure job drawing the Ninja Turtles is a lot to manage.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Is just that the new kid's not sleeping well and he's falling behind on Last Ronin 5. So it's like, yep, yeah, I get it. That'll happen.
It's only 3 hours, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, and I gave him an out, so
I
you can
guess.
leave. You can leave early, but
Wah, wah.
yeah. Some people got to put their kids over, some douchebags on a live stream doing art, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
Doing art of his creation.
Yeah. We're all just playing in his world, man.
Rob say next season he's going to go full misery and chain him to the desk.
We're just gonna bring it live, right to the studio.
Live from Granite.
No, that's not going to happen.
No?
No. Unfortunately, not this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pause for a moment and eat a little more.
Yeah, get them cold hush puppies down you. That should go well. Okay, so what's actually more gross? Warm North Carolina barbecue or cold North Carolina barbecue?
Cold.
I'm gonna have to guess cold. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Cold 100%.
I mean, honestly, it could be both. I mean, warm dog shit over cold dog shit. I guess, warm's gonna go down your gullet easier, but I mean,
Then the smell's still fresh.
Yeah, but like you can get some of the warm meat smell to cover the vinegar smell, so I guess it's still good. But you can open up a container with fucking cold North Carolina barbecue. That's just hitting you in the face. Like, that's fuck North Carolina. Fuck off with your barbecue.
So what did the state do to you?
It ruined barbecue by going, this should be vinegar based.
Mm.
Like I said, they somebody sat back one day and said, remember how the British ruined potato chips? We should probably do the same shit to smoked meat.
Now, is it a white vinegar based or an apple cider vinegar based?
It is garbage vinegar, white vinegar.
Garbage vinegar.
You're trying to pick a fight, but I'm not falling for it.
Oh no, there's no fight to be had when you're wrong. Oh. Rob, no, I'm not going to do any well, at the moment I can't talk about. So we're going to say I'm not doing cons this year.
So Linda said the Canes came out playing really hard this time.
Well, after getting spanked 2 days ago, they got to try something.
Yeah, 2 days ago, she said when they first started, they were playing like ass.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, Nathan, yes, I do take my food seriously. Because, you should. I mean, I've gone from a eat to live to live to eat status, so I ain't throwing just garbage in me. And
he's pretty snooty about his beers too.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm kind of snooty across the board, but
we have never noticed.
Yeah, I mean, but it's 100% justified. That's all I'm saying.
Still eating my barbecue.
Oh, we can tell. Yeah.
2 whole hush puppies left.
How many did you have?
32.
It's like 3 hours of hush puppy.
Well, I mean, hush puppies come in like, mac and cheese, like $3 for a metric ton. I mean, it's super cheap food that you can just buy in bulk.
And it's nutritious.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. It's
That's
food.
Urban Dictionary's definition of nutritious.
Cornbread counts as a vegetable, right?
Yeah, sure.
Hell, probably the FDA's definition of nutritious.
That's sadly true.
As far as I can tell, I don't think those people determine whether something is healthy. They just determine whether or not it'll kill you soon. And they approve it.
And if it causes cancer in California.
Everything causes cancer in California.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to know, like, Karl, are you waiting to have a mouthful of food before you respond to anything, or is it just a continual conveyor belt of food going in there? Because every word you said in the last 5 minutes has been cheek full of cornbread.
All of the above.
Mm-hmm. All right, Nathan, have a great night.
It's also my passive-aggressive way of dealing with you talking mean about my food.
Hey, man, if you're enjoying it, knock yourself out. I'm still going to dog on it. You guys keep talking shit. The big foods are going to put out a hit.
Here we go.
No, seriously. Take a bite, swallow, then continue the conversation. Yeah, it's like
you're not the boss of me.
Not respond when
this isn't ASMR videos, man. This is art videos.
That's not how you spell art?
Yeah. No, it's not.
Fuck.
I'll be back in like 5 minutes, guys.
All right.
I don't know why you got Bishop mean. Anyway. Yeah, the hush puppies.
Are you eating Linda's hush puppies at this point? Because you did not have that many hush puppies. We saw
this
them.
is the last one. However, I don't have anything to cleanse my palate in between the puppies. So you tend to slow down on them after a minute. Because my saliva glands can only produce so much at any given time.
We can hear.
Yeah, you might as well just be eating a package of saltines at this point.
That was always a fun game growing up, though.
It truly was, yeah.
How many saltines you could shove in your face?
And then try to whistle. And then you just end up spraying saltines on everybody. Fantastic.
All right. Wash my hands again. Back to it.
Again, who are you trying to fool? Oh, Murray's saying since the Oilers out, he's cheering for Vegas now. What a poser.
The Panthers always do well the years I'm not watching sports.
Well, then stop watching.
I haven't watched anything this year, and they're freaking killing it.
Yeah, this was a year I was kind of absent too. But and it's funny too, because like I can get tickets to any Panthers game until this happens, and all of a sudden, all the fans, and I'm doing some hard air quotes on that one, show up. But like any given day on a regular season, you can get like the prime clubhouse seats dirt cheap online. Like they're completely opposite of the Lightning, where like the Lightning are sold out every game.
Yeah.
Panthers, man, like unless it's a big visiting team, you can throw a handful of quarters and not hit people.
Yeah. Maybe we should make that happen sometime.
I don't want to lose that many quarters.
No, I meant go to a game.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I go out throughout the season, especially when Boston or Pittsburgh's down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drive down.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that for next year for sure. I can get Panther tickets was never a flex until now. No, it's not a flex, Rob. That's the whole point of it. Like, you could drive down to Fort Lauderdale and find Panther tickets that someone just left on a bench somewhere.
That's actually how they sell most of their tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we need at least half-filled crowds. They just leave a stack of tickets out.
Yeah, they come with bus passes.
Yeah. But the club seats are awesome because they have like a great buffet and bar, and it's all included in the ticket.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and it's like, and that's the thing with NHL. They actually have real beer, not like the bullshit you get at a football game.
Yeah.
Shots, yes, Brandon. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Murray. I think there's Canadians on every hockey team. I mean, mainly because there's 3 Canadian hockey teams now. Is that what I got? So they had to, all go somewhere, and they want to go to teams that actually win.
Ow.
They got to take them shots. So Camille, I'm guessing hockey's not big down in Australia.
Nah, man. I've never seen a hockey game in my life.
But you heard
we do play hockey, but not on ice.
Oh, field hockey? Yeah.
Yeah.
But your football's fucking badass.
Football's crazy.
Australian football's awesome.
I love it.
Rugby.
No.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
No.
Australian football is different than... You don't watch... Camille, you don't watch Australian football?
Not much.
No?
I like soccer.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, but Australian rugby used to be a bit better. They've changed a lot of the rules, so it's not as violent anymore.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, that takes all the fun out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you can't hit anyone in the head. Can't use your shoulders. But I mean, it still is pretty violent. Like, no one's wearing body armor or anything.
Yeah, they tried to tone down hockey too for a bit. The players pretty much were willing to pay the fines.
Yep.
And I was like, okay. They're just like, all right, well, forget it then.
But you think we do this for the money?
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't the NFL.
Yeah. So Rob was asking about the Coyotes actually moving. So yeah. The only thing I've heard on the rumors is possibly like Houston or Kansas City, but I'm not sure how well. I don't think Houston would be a good call. Kansas might be. Kansas pretty good for sport. But I mean, when you take a hockey team to the desert, you can't expect them to be there forever. Just never seemed like a good choice when they went.
That's how I felt about Florida. You know what I mean?
But the thing with Florida is you've got enough, like, they get crazy into their sports. And when they go on the east coast of Florida, I know it sucks because we've got more fans from New York than we do from Florida.
100%.
And it pisses me off every year because I'm right at that latitude line where, like, when it's an off week, because I hate the Dolphins, can't stand the Dolphins. So I don't get Tampa games because they're not in the region, and I'd settle for Jacksonville Jaguars over the Dolphins. But so when it's a Dolphins off week, I get stuck with fucking Giants and Jets.
Ugh.
Yeah. And they don't even play another Florida team. I get that bullshit. So.
The Jets. What a shit team.
Yeah, Rob. Like, so if the Panthers do win and go on, yeah, prices will go up obviously for the cup because it's a cup, but it won't change the price for next year because, like, the beginning of the season, the Panthers will have some sellout games, but I guarantee by the 20th game, yeah, man, they'll be empty again. The Panthers have, you know, I mean, it's not so much like the Panthers; it's just that area because you know they got more Rangers fans than they do Panther fans, and you know, fucking Devils fans. Like you go down to Miami and Fort Lauderdale area, you'll see more Ranger and Devils jerseys than you will Panther jerseys, and not just because the Panther jerseys are, you know, horribly designed,
especially the new ones.
Oh,
Holy shit!
They've never had a good one. But
no,
yes,
they didn't.
The new ones are. I mean, like I even have a couple Panther jerseys from you know early on, but yeah, they've never had a good jersey.
Yeah, like this logo was livable.
Yeah, that's the best they've ever had, and
the new one is a state park patch.
Yes, it is. That's a perfect description for it.
It's a bumper sticker that you saw because you went to the Smoky Mountains. Like it's.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you look at that and go, "Hey, did North Carolina gonna sue them?" You know, because it's like right there for the Carolina Panthers level, yeah. Except for not as aggressive because it's just not even growling; it's just stoic. Yeah, but it's in the shield format, the whole bit. Yeah, it is straight up a national park logo. It's a perfect description. Yeah, they pulled that off of some icon website. Canva.
Yeah, it's straight up pulled it off of Canva and just stock.
Yeah, I was gonna go Envato, but yeah, Canva is probably better. Yeah,
this thing is officially covered in enough paint that I'm just getting more on my hand than I am on that.
It's funny, Erica. It's been like looking for jobs, like designer jobs lately and stuff, and so many of them are looking for people who know how to use Canva. And I'm like, why the fuck do you need a designer who knows how to use Canva? Don't you need a designer who can design? Like, I mean, that's just so ridiculous. Like, I don't know. Like,
dude, I could get into a full hour discussion about fucking Canva and shit like that at my job because they'll want to design. Oh, we'll just do it in Canva. I'm like, okay, so you just want to look like everybody else did it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, it's like those frustrating clients, those freelance clients you get where you just eventually want to just go, you know what, just go to Fiverr. Just fucking go to Fiverr and don't call me again.
Yeah.
I always appreciated these Last Ronin blanks. The white ones, they had just really nice paper for drawing on.
Yes.
Decently thick, and because it's that perfect bound kind of cover, you get a nice bit of structure and sturdiness when you're working on them, and they don't buckle too much. Like I'll I'm using a little bit of washes here, so even just throwing like a piece of regular paper between the cover and the first page will be all the protection I need, to keep that first page from getting any water, because it's a nice, thick, sturdy stock. Mm-hmm. It's just a dream. It's just nice to draw on compared to how shitty most of them are.
Well, not to brag, but when you get your copies of Sketchy to you, you're gonna really like the white cover.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that perfect bound that they put on it in the saddle step.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's and it is a perfect sketch cover. It's got just enough roughness to hold.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, I'm stoked.
Who did you guys go through? Which printing place?
Shit. What was it? Comic Impressions over there in it's on the west
Florida?
coast of Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a great job in the first one. Second one, they kind of dropped the ball, but that was like in the height of the supply chain issues, because like some of the white covers were actually gloss. It was a whole fucked up thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, but they got their act together, because like even the colored ones this time feel like, again, I can't make the claim. You guys will have to look at it itself, but they feel like they could take ink and color much better.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, they're definitely not the black cover. I'll say that. This might be a question only for Mike, because I think you might be the only one watching WWE currently, or
I haven't watched WWE in years, but I do read up on it a bit. But what's up?
Oh, he was just asking. He's like, I guess Night of the Champions is coming up. Rollins is taking on WH Championship home, or is taking the WH. So, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, I just don't watch WWE anymore. So,
yeah, I don't either. I just can't give that company my money anymore. Not that I ever gave it much, but lifelong fan, of course, grew up with it from like probably from about 79 till about, I don't know, 2007 or so. Pretty big events in 2005, 2007 that kind of just broke my heart and fucked up my whole sense of what I like about wrestling. And then, I don't know, just it's been kind of garbage programming for a long time, by my reckoning. I feel for the amazing athletes that are being given such terrible stories to work with, but I do read about it. I still follow up on some of my favorites that are still in the game, and the progeny of others who've left us, and their kids are wrestling now. Like that kind of stuff's cool to me.
Yeah, the lineage of it is cool. But you're right that I dropped out after, I don't know, probably the 2010s, when the story writing just went to shit.
Yeah, I just
when they stopped, or I don't know if they stopped realizing, or they just didn't want to realize anymore that yes, they are soap operas for adult men, and I think it just came true. And they're like, oh wait, we can't be that, and it's like, no, just lean into it, baby, because that's what you own.
Yeah, oh yeah, there was some good stuff in those years for sure. Like but I got to the point where I disliked the program so much that I was watching it for the comedy bits. Like I loved all the Booker T and Goldust shit. Like that was magic. They had some really funny shit that they would do sometimes. Like not just those two, but they would have some really interesting comedic pairings. But it was getting to the point where I was really starting to just miss watching good technical wrestling and good storytelling being told in the ring.
Yeah.
A little bit of keeping kayfabe alive, a little bit of like wanting to believe that these guys hated each other, or that there was actually a storyline that, that you could get behind, even if it was just simply a sportsman pride kind of thing. Whatever, whoever's going to be the best or whatever. They get, some of the things just went too far, and the McMahon, the wretched McMahon family is just something I have a hard time abiding in general.
Oh yeah, that's when it killed.
Yeah, and then just all the decisions, knowing that he's a garbage human being, knowing that, all the hush money he's paid for people whose lives he's fucked up, and all the wrestlers he could have done better by, and all the people who didn't have to die or receive ridiculous injuries, all the choices that were made because they didn't feel like they had any other choice. He had a hand in a lot of that stuff. And yes, he made the business, and yes, he changed the business, and blah, 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 and Hulkamania.
Well, I would say his dad made the business. He changed the business.
He just, he took what his dad had and made it way bigger than his dad could have dreamed. But it's still one of those things where he just doesn't care about human lives or souls. And that was clear in how many suicides there's been and how many people have been really fucked up by the business. When you have your big stars taking a limousine to the next location, and the guy who's going to lose to him is in a $50 hotel room, with his, sitting on a bag of frozen peas, you know what I mean? To nurse his injuries that you're not going to pay for or help him. And he's your main event breadwinner. Like all those guys that just had their legs taken from them and had their lives taken from them, just so they could lay down for Hulk Hogan or whoever was the champ. And it's just, he could have taken better care of a lot of those guys. And
That costs money. Come on, man.
There's just so many things, like the whole Hall of Fame. Like the Hall of Fame has pissed me off for the last 20 years. There's just some things about it that are just so egregious, and so many people that have been overlooked and for the stupidest reasons. There's just, man, I got a real problem with McMahon and his whole company. I really do. I miss it for what it was. I miss the great days. But it was a good thing to grow up with and enjoy. But I haven't enjoyed it for years. I mostly watch wrestling now. I watch old like Kurt Hennig matches. Like, man, some crazy shit with Kurt Hennig and Scott Hall from AWA, and just good old awesome wrestling where the stories were told in the ring by people who made you believe they knew how to fight, and and could in many cases, were the toughest guys you'd want to meet. And fuck. Anyway. I miss it. But there are some pretty cool things, I guess. There's still some cool gimmicks happening. I think Chris Jericho is kind of a wretched human being, but I've been a fan of his wrestling work for a long time, and it's nice to see him still changing it up and keeping it interesting. And Daniel Bryan and all those guys. For a little bit there when William Regal was back on TV, I always loved William Regal. He was always one of my favorites. Legit tough guy. And I don't know. Good memories for sure. Some water. Choking over here.
Did you have hush puppies too?
No. I wish though, man. No, I had kale salad. It's probably just kale coming back from the dead to take me down.
Yeah.
I eat kale more times than any man should in a week, but I have to because it's among other healthy things that I try to eat. Because gout attacks suck, and that's a thing that happens sometimes. And I eat clean. I still get the fuckers, so I don't know. The universe conspires. It's nice to plan, your 16th anniversary to go for a nice hike on the, and then go to the hangout on the beach, and you get a fucking gout attack in the middle of the trail, and you can barely walk for the rest of the day. And it's pretty sexy times, let me tell you.
Walk slower.
Walk slower.
Yeah, just stay off your feet. But I walk every day. I've walked every day since Granite Comic-Con. I've gone for a hike or a walk every single day, rain or snow or whatever. So I can't miss it. So I guess
that's good, man.
I guess gout goes on the list. No, I want to look like the champ when I get there next year. I'm at the gym a couple times a week. I'm serious. I'll be walking in with the Granite State Sketch-Off Championship belt, hopefully looking a little better than the pictures that came out of that event last year.
Well, except for the gout attacks, are you starting to feel a little bit better?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's I actually feel really good after. I mean, I haven't been to the gym in 25 years. I've really let myself go in terrible ways. I am in bad shape. I got a long road ahead, man. It's not going to be nice, but you know what? I'm feeling better. Although, it's good to do research on some things. I have a pretty serious blood pressure condition, and I really wanted to hit the gym hard, and don't really have any sense of I know what my blood pressure should be, and I know what it is. I know what my medication does to keep it where it's got to be. But when it comes to working out, it's a strange thing because I got to keep it into a safe zone. The heart rate thing. Well, I didn't think about heart rate, so I was just hitting the treadmill super hard for an hour, like just mentally hard for an hour. And my heart rate, I was averaging 166.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good, man.
And I was like, and so I went and did one of those heart rate calculator things with my age and my weight and stuff. And they're like, your ideal heart rate that you want to be aiming towards when you're working out, like for a good vigorous workout, is about 80% of this number. And so you're looking at around like 139 is about as high as you want to go. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I started doing the last 3 or 4 workouts with that in mind, with the heart monitor and keeping it in that range. And man, what a difference. I feel so much better, and I'm not dead for 2 days after every workout, but I still feel like I'm getting a really good workout and still putting the time in, and and it just feels healthier. I didn't realize how much danger I was kind of putting myself in. But yeah, information's good. So
The more you know, the more you know.
yeah, no, I feel way better now. And you know what? That hour on the treadmill, because I go pretty hard, but like the hour passes a lot more easily now than it was when I had it set the way I had it set before. It was like I think I had it on like a 10 or 15% incline, or 50-degree rather incline, and I had it set to 3 miles per hour, which is like for me like really fast, like trying to catch the bus run without running kind of thing. And but for an hour, and fuck, it killed me, man. But I did it, and I had like my tunes on, and I was in a good headspace around it, and then like I would just be like dead for 2 days, like just dead. And it's like, yeah, it's because you pushed your heart like past 110% of its maximum. Like you basically tempted the devil right there. You tempted the fate right there. So yeah, it was kind of a close one. So now, yeah, since I made that adjustment, what a difference. Holy shit. But I wish I had like a
God bless you. I've been trying to make sure I walk 2 miles a day. I'm starting with baby steps.
That's awesome, man. 2 miles a day. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I had to get, after last year working at home full time, I had to get this new job. I probably do just 9 to 12 miles every day inside my store.
Oh, no shit. Eh? Wow.
It helped. I've lost almost 20 pounds in 4 months.
Yeah, I think I'm down about 10 pounds since Granite, just from walking and stuff like that. And that's going to get better now that I'm hitting the cardio a little bit better. And then also, like, yeah, they've been trying to figure out what's been wrong with me since I was sick last year. And I've done all these tests and colonoscopies and all this crazy shit. And they still don't know what's wrong with my blood. My blood's weird and they don't understand it. But I figure I actually got to a place where I had lost so much muscle mass from being sick last year that the reason my red blood cell count is so low is because I actually don't have any fucking muscles. Like I'm actually just basically like Jabba the Hutt with bones kind of right now. And I think I've actually lost my muscle mass to the point where it maybe is actually lowering that blood cell count, because the blood cell count, they can't figure out why it's low. Because my iron levels are good and everything else is good, but they just can't figure it out. So yeah, so I'm lifting weights now and hoping that'll just by default of building muscle, maybe we'll have more red blood cells. But I'm always tired and sore because of this condition, because my muscles basically don't get enough oxygen. So it's been weird, man. It's been a weird year that way.
Yeah, I'm just getting weak.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to be weak. I used to be the strong guy. I used to be the guy that everyone would call when they want to move or something, and I haven't been that guy for so long, and I don't know. It's
now the hair makes so much sense.
That's it. The Samson shit, right?
Oh no, I was going with the actual strong guy, but okay.
Oh, the strong guy, yeah. Yeah. Oh man. No, you have to cut my beard off for me to lose my superpowers. That's how the Samson thing works for me. But yeah. It's all right. I'm going to keep clearing my throat. I got some. Wish I had some more wine.
Well, that sounds good. I actually have half a bottle sitting in my fridge. I need to finish it.
I've had a bottle sitting on my counter for a while, but I feel like it's probably not going to be really nice right now.
Yeah, it's been
it's been lidded. It's been like had the cork in it all this time, but it's still been sitting like, after it's been opened, and I'm like, it's probably cooking wine now. But
you got to have an actual stopper that pulls the air out.
No, for sure you do. Yeah, for sure.
Just corking it doesn't quite do it.
No.
Yeah, I know I was going to shock you, but I'm kind of a wine snob too. So.
What the hell?
Yeah, I've spent money on Riedel glasses specifically for certain types of wines.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah. You come down, baby. I'm gonna treat you right. You're gonna have the,
So you're saying I'm not having my wine in a coffee mug like you'd get at my house?
No, God, please tell me that's a joke. Oh no! Seriously, I need to know that was a joke. Please tell me that was a joke.
You'll never know.
This conversation cannot go any further.
We have a couple different wine glasses. We don't actually drink a lot of wine, but I used to. Yeah, there was a time I only owned one mug to drink everything out of. So that was there was a time when wine out of a mug was like a Friday night, yeah.
Must make it past this. I can do this.
Wow, that's his weak spot.
Oh, I feel like I failed my friends if they're drinking wine out of a mug.
Hey, at least it's not a sippy cup.
No, I'd prefer a sippy cup over a mug. Sippy cup's closer to the shape.
Like, look in about 2 weeks for a package to show up. There'll be a set of wine glasses from Steph. So that you aren't a barbarian anymore.
Just be civilized.
Yeah, with instructions on which wine pairs with it. Yep.
And a signed photo of Chef Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, fuck that!
Nice.
Asshole.
Nice.
No.
Oh man. Are you guys watching anything that's good these days?
Is there anything good to watch?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I've been doing Yellow Jackets recently.
Oh, I heard about that one. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's kept me on my toes and definitely kept me interested. But nothing's been spectacular about it. I think it's been really stretched out.
I finished Better Call Saul. They had that on Netflix, so I finished that off before I dumped my Netflix account. But that was good. I enjoyed Better Call Saul. That was pretty good. I actually wish I had something good like that to watch right now, and I don't. So, yeah, I enjoyed that one.
We've been watching the Skinwalker Ranch.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch.
Is that a Pornhub channel or is that a?
No, it's a History Channel.
Oh, so how many aliens are involved?
None yet, but some pretty crazy shit's going on.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's on the History Channel, it has to have aliens at some point.
Yeah, nowadays.
It's really fun.
Cool.
They just keep encountering really weird shit that they can't explain. And the physicist on the show, Travis Taylor, I like him. He's a fun guy.
The only show I've been watching outside of Ted Lasso really is Animal Control, like the only show that's on a broadcast network.
I wish Ted Lasso would never end. I love that show, man.
Actually, I love it. I would still watch the show if I don't know. I don't want to say anything because I don't know how far you guys are into this season. But if Jason Sudeikis leaves and they keep the rest of the cast, I'd still watch it. I'd still watch it.
Absolutely, man. They've built such amazing characters on that.
Yeah, there's not a bad character because every character had a great arc. Every character is a believable character. And no character is perfect, and I love it. But everybody tries to do right at some point. Because you do have people who become pricks, and but they of course they have their hero's journey where they discover and realize, oh wait, I'm being a prick. Except for Rupert. Rupert's just an asshole through and through, which is delightful.
And he's brilliant at it. I
mean, he plays the perfect heel. I'm sorry, what?
That's the dude that used to own the team, right?
Yeah.
I love his office and how it's patterned after the Emperor's office on the Death Star.
Exactly. I said that last night watching the episode. Like, shit, that's just straight up Empire right there.
Yeah, I've only been catching bits and pieces. Linda's been watching it. And I walked in, I'm like, fuck me, that's like the Emperor's spot. She started laughing. I'm like,
all dark. It's got the circular window. I mean, yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that, but you're right. Yeah,
it really does.
Yep. Yeah, I was like, all he needs to just be looking out there and seeing Star Destroyers shooting at each other.
I don't get a chance to do it because I'm sitting here in the studio drawing and inking. And the thing I just continually notice about the show is the cinematographer better get a fucking award, because the cinematography in the show is stunning.
It is really
Oh, they had shots there where they were out at night and the streets had all these lights strung across them because there are these certain places in the city, and it's just so fucking beautifully shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they make a lot of great choices on that show, from locations to lighting to just fucking storyline.
Yeah.
What
they did with Danny for the Mexico
for the international game.
Funniest thing ever.
Unbelievable.
Of course,
so good.
When I was watching that, the one point where he's on the airplane, I'm like, oh, come on, Danny. Van Damme's not gonna have to clean that up. The airline staff's got to clean it up. I was like, you're being too much of a prick now.
Oh man, that was so funny.
But yeah, I just love the look with the glasses. He's just staring at him hard, puts him back up, and then of course when he gets back, hey man, that was a crazy game, wasn't it?
Crazy emotional.
Man, you broke my nose.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah. The only one that I love it because I love this version of this character, but the Jamie Tart has come and made this total about face, and it's like I actually wish there was still some more. I mean, there's jokes now, but there's not any of that. Like, he's really a totally reformed character. Like, even the shit with the shirt he gets Roy, I had them change the E to be U, like that's just
awesome.
That's hysterical, but it's like, it's not the same kind of weird meanness and prickery that we're used to with him. Like,
but he should
like his character changed, and then that was it. There was no looking back. This is just Jamie Tart now.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what his arc was, because season 2 he had his falling, where he even couldn't even make it on a fucking reality show because he was such a prick.
Yeah.
But I mean, this season, like when he starts training with Roy at 5 o'clock in the morning, that was a great Abbott and Costello scene. Why are you here? It's 5 o'clock. But it's 5 o'clock.
Teaching Roy how to ride a bike.
That was adorable. Yeah. That was adorable.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm totally cool with that story arc. Now him basically being, the wannabe captain, but will never be the captain because he's got too much of a, soiled history.
Yeah.
So, but he's still wanting to be the team player because he doesn't want to lose everything again.
Yeah.
I thought they did it well. I mean, and then fucking Sam. The actor, Sam Robinson, is it? I forget.
Yes.
I fucking love him. But when he showed
back up... Oh my God, Mr. Akufo?
When Akofu showed back up, I'm like, yes, thank you. I was hoping he'd show back up.
Oh yeah, he's fucking amazing, that guy.
Although I'm very disappointed, because like when they did the hard cut to him walking out, and then we see what he did. I wanted to see that scene.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him have that temper tantrum. I was so disappointed we didn't get it, especially after what he says to Sam last season and all the shit he's going to do to him.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, and not to see. So that was my only disappointment with that. I was like, man, we really should have seen him just flinging all that food.
Yeah, that was good. I love that character. He's so ridiculous, over the top.
Ridiculous,
yeah. That actor's great though. I haven't seen anything that he's been in that I didn't love him in it.
Yeah.
I
don't know if you guys ever got up there because it wasn't very long lived. It only had 2 seasons, but the Detroiters.
Mm-mm.
No.
I gotta look it up real quick because it was with. So Sam Richardson, that's his name, and then because I was blending the 2 guys, because Tim Robinson was his writing partner on it, and the two of them have this just low rent video production commercial company, And that's why I loved it, because like the commercials they were making were just ridiculously bad.
And that's the dude from was I Think You Should Leave or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that show too. I wish that had more than 2 seasons, man. That show cracks me up. It's
that's another great show. But yeah, if you can find it's like if you can get Comedy Central, you can watch it because it's still free on Comedy Central. But it's called The Detroiters, and it is so fucking funny. And,
awesome.
Yeah, Sam Richardson is
That's
just
where they're like they do commercials for people.
Yeah,
right?
so they have the but it's just all very low end shit.
Yeah.
Do you see that one that Robin Williams was on right before he passed? That he was in the marketing. Him and Sarah Michelle Gellar were.
That was his daughter, right?
Oh yeah. It was like a TV version of The Crazy People.
Kind of, yeah.
The movie, yeah, or Crazy People, not the yeah. But yes, I did watch that. But yeah, going back to yes, there's not a thing Sam Richardson's done. Like in Veep. Oh my God, he was awesome in Veep. I don't know if you ever saw Veep or not, but he plays such a optimistic, clueless character. It's like, and everybody else is just awful in that show. Like they're just selfish and backstabbing, and he just comes in as this just naive, delightful, and everyone thinks they're taking advantage of him, but he always just seems to come out on top because he just doesn't get drugged down into the muck with everybody else.
Right.
But yeah, so it's and of course it ends with him actually becoming president. With because everybody else has just been disgraced and shamed out, and he's basically untouchable because of he's never done anything wrong. All right, we are about 10 minutes out, guys.
Are we? Oh shit!
Yeah, the night flew by tonight.
It did. We're on Ronin speed.
So, what do you guys got? Since we are going to be off for about 3 months, we've talked about how people can follow you, but since we won't be here on Saturdays, where's the best places for people to keep up with you till we come back? Mike.
I think there's a couple episodes of Sketchelmania, which is another show that I do sometimes. I haven't been on it in a long time. I haven't had very many of them. Martin hasn't run too many of them, but there's going to be one this Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. It's going to be a Star Wars themed one. Nice. Probably be doing a sketch cover or something like that. It'll be all that stuff goes to charity. All the auction winnings go to charity. I think we're going to do Toronto Food Bank, or I'd like to do Toronto Wildlife because got kind of a big coyote problem right now, and just a lot of displaced wildlife with all the developing that's happening. Other than that, I want to get on to some kind of a regular program if I can every week, just doing some stuff. I'd like to get my whatnot or my whatnot set up. Just waiting for a chance to do that. Next month or so, next few weeks, I'll be inking Dodge and getting ready for the Kickstarter, which we're going to have in June. We were going to have it this month, but we kind of got too much stuff going on this month, so we're going to have it next month instead. So that'll be fun. And then it's just going to be Kickstarter fulfillment and working on whatever comes next after Dodge and figuring out who I am without Dodge, because I've been a guy with Dodge for 5 years, and it'll be weird to not have.
Has it really been 5 years?
It's been 5 years. 2018 January when I started. Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right?
I didn't realize it was that long. Yeah.
Tell me your next one is a Viking story, dude. Like.
Yeah, no, I got some kind of like space monster kind of stuff I want to do, and I got a thing about Chaos Warriors that I want to do, and I have I got a couple of ideas. There was a Viking one though my wife and I had worked on a couple years ago about 10 years ago, actually, that never really saw the light of day because we couldn't figure out what its final shape was going to be. And it was hard for us to team up on something when we didn't know what it was going to look like. But it was a Viking story called Widow's Wake, and we had a whole we had a whole like hype machine behind it and lots of people waiting for it. We released 2 sketchbooks and the preparation of the artwork as we went, and it just never really happened. So that may happen. But yeah, there's so many ideas I'd like to try to get to. But yeah,
Karl,
we'll see what happens.
Karl, what about you, man?
I'm just going to be having my head down and trying to get as much of Axel's done before we do the Kickstarter for the first one. That cursed Wesley is catching up on me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a knockout job on that too. It's awesome.
Oh man, crazy.
Yeah, his colors are it. When I asked him, said, "Look, just go batshit," and it's like I unhooked something.
Nice.
And it's when I get the colors, I can't wait to open the email. And he goes, "Okay, here's more colors." I'm like, "God damn!" And we're doing weird shit with the colors. It's not just okay, we're coloring it so it looks like it's in color. And it's just interesting to watch him haul off and figure out how to handle something. And I just got 3 pages today, and all 3 had like little tiny changes, just little stuff. And the 1 page I had to change because my storytelling was shit. And I said, "You need to save my ass. Because if not, I'm going to have to put an insert panel or something on it." Because I looked at it and I'm like, this doesn't read at all. So I'm anxious to see what he did with that. But yeah, I'm not really going to be doing, I'll occasionally throw stuff up on Instagram. Other than that.
Well, you should do that more than occasionally, because that's how people will see your progress and what you're working on. But
yeah,
I know it's such a hassle to take a picture on your phone. I get it. All right.
I'm glad you understand.
Jason, what's going on with you, man? What are you going to be doing?
So yeah, I don't really have any shows for the next couple of weeks or next couple of months, but you can find me on all the platforms, Jason Flowers Art, especially my new Whatnot. I've kind of been trying to tackle that for a little bit.
How's that going?
It's starting slow, but it seems to be steadily getting. I've only done like 3 shows, so it's a lot of like learning what works and what doesn't work.
Sure, yeah.
It's been pretty interesting. It's like drawing live on Facebook, but
yeah.
And then I've got Bounty should be done printed next month, so
nice.
I didn't realize where we are. Like, holy moly, May is pretty much gone. So
yeah,
issue 2 of Bounty is going to be coming out, and I'm going to jump into issue 3, and then I've got a couple new turtle covers coming out next month also.
Oh, nice, man.
I've got a Street Fighter Turtles coming out.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah,
that's fucking awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, it's weird, but I've got a Last Ronin Lost Years 5 coming out.
Oh, very congrats, cool. Man. That's great.
So whenever that's supposed to drop, I don't know the dates for that yet. So
Camillo, what about you, man? What do you got going on during the break? How can people follow you? And
yeah, you can catch me on Instagram and Facebook, but I've got my Patreon going, and I'll have a Kickstarter out next month for a comic book I've been working on. I've got 1 more page to draw.
Excellent.
Oh, wicked.
And yeah, that's exciting. That's like the first time I've ever put my sequentials out for people to see. So pretty exciting, man.
Can't wait to see that, man.
Yeah, and all you guys that have got Kickstarters coming up, make sure that you put it on the Sketchy page, and
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so that way, just in case not everybody sees it on your platform, put it there so we can back them all. Great. Yeah. All right, Dan, what's up?
Not a whole lot of big work at the moment. I'm working on another cover for Rebel Girls for
Nice.
issue 2
Nice.
right now. I actually just did the layouts today, but I like how that one's turned out. And I think I'm gonna do issue 3. Danny and I talked about doing issue 3 as well. So that's been a great way for me to kind of get stuff actually out.
Yeah, man, get a whole set of variants going for that title. That'd be wicked.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's kind of got me on another upgraded drive to progress my work. Actually having something published, so I'm trying to clean my shit up. And it's forced me to go back and do just more of my traditional work too, which has been nice. I've been doing a lot more painting, trying to work larger to get more, just go deep into details, which has been fun. But other than that, I'm actually going to be hopefully slowing some stuff down. I'm looking to make a big move across the country out to Michigan here in the next 6 months or so.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so that's going to involve job changes and stuff like that too. So I'm going to try to slow things down for the summer and just focus on trying to just get a back catalog of work I can sell at cons and things like that.
Nice.
But other than that, Six-Sided Ciphers on Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon. You can always find me on that. Patreon's always a great way if you're looking for art. I do a ton of sketch cards, and essentially most of my commissions go through one of the tiers through that as well. So if you're looking for a commission, that's a great way to kind of spread out the payments on them.
Cool. Excellent. Well, we discussed it last 2 weeks, but Casey and I are going to be working on a project together, and we're going to use that project to create tutorials on basically how to make a comic book from start to publishing. So it would be a mix of...
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Casey will be doing a lot of online stuff of the character design, page breakdowns. Then I will do on pre-press, actually setting up with the publisher or printer, making sure your files are correct. So teach you how to InDesign, make templates for it. So that's what we're going to be doing on the break, as well as obviously we'll be messing around with our role playing on Dicey, and time permitting, I'm going to kind of lean on Dan and see about getting that. We're going to get a game together here. So, but
that would be a great way for Casey to own her skills too as a sequential artist by kind of doing it live on the show. You know what I mean? Because I know she's been working towards doing more sequential art and stuff like that lately. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's going to be a mix of live stream as well as pre-recorded things, so we can be a little more structured.
Nice.
Keep it tight down to so people can get into it, learn what learn the process without there being a lot of wayward and distracting times, things like that. We edit it and tighten it up. So, nice. But then we'll do live streams too, so we can actually take some questions and answers. Do that. But anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out tonight and for the entire season. We will be back in September, but take care. Love y'all.
Be good.
Give a round of applause.